Sage is going to take us on the spider fucking side quest.
Oh, come on. There are no spider fucking side quests.
Well, I think he played all of them. Like, there's not left.
Pull in just a little bit.
Sage 100% did that.
You 100%ed all 100 Spider Lady waifu quests?
There are no Spider Lady waifu quests.
Come on, man. You told me it was like The Witcher. You collect trading cards of all the spiders you fuck.
Say that.
Now?
Alex, does he not have a fucking deck of cards of spider pussy?
Dude, immediately. Okay.
Does he also not have a sexy spider calendar?
He does. He's got his little spider bed chamber.
Yeah.
It's like... I'm not sure how the bed frame holds up anymore. He's like notched it to death.
Okay. I deny every single one of these allegations.
It looks like
waiting to jump on me the second it starts.
It's like a half dozen toothpicks holding up his mattress these days.
Oh my god.
Well, at least everyone's still talking to you. That's a start.
That mattress is lucky that spiders don't weigh a lot.
Oh my god.
Is that why you like spiders?
I don't like spiders.
Because you can just kind of man.
Yeah. Just throw around.
Polishing your collection.
Yeah, did you plan this out ahead of time?
Yes.
It's just naturally came up, man. Just like you when spiders.
You think Michael just
Beautiful
sits in his
is,
room sometimes
word
and like
that one could
hangs
use.
those barrel of monkey things from his cock ring? Just like one at a time.
I think that's the only way he can get off.
Can you imagine Michael just sitting there going like,
One of them falls down, so he has to start all the way over.
That's good. Also, this is a conversation for Alex right here.
Oh yeah,
Well, he's talking about how beautiful feet are.
is he?
Oh.
Is
Well,
he
because
really?
Minoko collects the feet, right? So he
Yeah.
can turn into the creatures. So he's talking about how beautiful their feet are.
Shut up, dude.
Your lack of enthusiasm is
9
disappointing.
little monkeys getting fucked in
Why
Michael.
do you need to fight?
One fell out and
Warrior
bumped
must
his
be
head.
The battle mental, eh? Imagine you're a Nevron and you see me charging toward you, brandishing the well-polished and gleaming leg of one of your brethren.
That's what you do, Alex, when you're trying to fuck them.
Think of the intimidation.
You bring a gnome foot to a gnome orgy.
Well, first of all, he said a leg. Which legs are your...
That's true. Sage is a leg man.
And then I transfer.
I don't know, man. I think it's really about how hairy the feet are.
I don't know, Sage. If you ask me how many legs I've betted, like, I mean, the problem is you're on a 4x experience for me.
Trying to make it sound like this
You get
is an
four-
exponential.
You get 4 legs. You fuck 4 legs for every one that I...
Oh, wait, hold on. One? Are you fucking a bunch of one-legged gnomes?
No, you have 8. Spiders have 8 legs. You do math. So for every person I fuck
okay.
with 1 leg, you fuck something with 4 legs.
All right, I got you. Still bullshit, but I got you.
Perfect. In
It's
that
like, I've
case,
never really done the counting before.
your intimidating style.
It's because I don't fuck spiders.
Got some time to kill.
You just get
Would you turn down an amputee spider? Like if a spider lost her leg?
I would turn down a spider.
You would turn down an amputee
I would
spider.
turn down a spider.
Unless she didn't. Oh, she
No.
had legs.
Any spider.
Why are you so ableist against spiders?
Oh my god. Link? No, Nick.
How many spiders does
Fill it out.
how many legs does a spider have to lose before you put him in a wheelchair?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That's just a interesting practical question. I have no idea. What about an ant?
It had to be like a symmetrical thing, right? You couldn't lose like
Yeah, all on one
you
side.
couldn't lose 4 legs up one side and still get it. But if you lost the middle ones on both sides, maybe you don't.
If the government is listening, and I know you are, please send us grant money so we can research this.
Yeah, if those hamsters needed cocaine, we could be pulling legs off the spider. Sorry to say. Okay, we won't make it.
No, that's fine. That is absolutely fine.
He's like, as long as I get back
You're
balls.
really well, at least
You know, we probably won't need as much grant money for acquiring spiders because Sage will just like pawn his unwanted spider children off on us as experiments.
They'll be easy to catch too because they'll be like, we need it.
Malnourished. Shit.
Damn
You
it.
need to feed your spiders properly.
I'm not feeding anybody.
Like you keep putting them on this weird vegan diet. You say it's for health reasons, but really you're just being cheap.
Vegan diet.
Yeah.
I'm not putting that. I'm not doing any vegan diet.
Well, you don't do a vegan diet
know,
for
say,
yourself, but you make your
spider-
spider children do it.
A
It's pretty
spider
cool.
lady can't survive on semen alone.
Ooh, great. Which way?
Sounds kind of prejudice, all things need love.
Yeah. Who Flung Poo 73 is on top of it.
What's up?
That's a great
Welcome
name.
in.
That's a great name.
See? Sage.
I am not fucking spiders. And
Right now.
I deny all allegations that
Are we
these
sure
two
he's
go
not
my
fucking
way.
spiders right now?
God damn it. How's it going, Who Flung Poo?
So, you're really a can't rely.
Same dialogue again.
Wow.
We're basically just gonna have to cycle through a bunch of dialogue to get like the side quests to unlock here.
Oh, each companion has a side quest.
Yeah, so that's mostly what we're going to be doing today is all of those like side quests.
You think the ghosts from the Matrix
You always
created
cheat.
Minopo's hair?
I think they might have.
And the other Jastroids
Why did those
don't wanna
ghosts
play
have
with
such
you
weird
either.
hair?
Have they all?
I don't know.
Why weren't
Dreadlocks were
those
really in
ghosts-
at the time.
Why weren't those ghosts cool?
Why wasn't
Fine.
any of the Matrix
How
movies
about a
past the first
duel?
one cool?
Yeah, why
We
wasn't that
haven't had a
cool?
proper duel in
I don't
ages.
know, man. I've complained plenty about the Matrix
Even
sequels.
more fun.
Why do they keep making them?
Blood.
Well, I mean, at this
I
point,
think
it's
this
the
last one
studio.
was supposed to be.
Yeah, what was it called again?
Oh, no, they're
Matrix
definitely
or
doing a
Dumpster
5.
Fire or something?
We're doing 5.
Oh, they're doing another one.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're 100% doing a 5.
Say, or Ulysses, you know I showed you those like ancient Cockney rappers?
Yeah, yeah.
So I heard a song of theirs today, and one of the lyrics is "Can of beans in a Tesco bag, I'll take your head off like a Lego man." Like literally about decapitating somebody with a can of beans.
That's
in a
amazing.
bag.
Oh,
Most
man.
British thing ever.
We gotta use that in something.
Bring it
That
on.
just sounds like the Fox behavior.
It does.
I might not be able to do this because I've got Minoko powered up so high, and I don't think Verso is anywhere near as good.
I like him kind of dancing in place there.
Break.
Yeah, you're screwed.
I think it's fine. Whichever one wins,
Oh well.
they just whichever one wins just gets to shit talk more.
Well,
Yeah,
I do
that
like
was
your
you.
shit talk. It's funny how the fight with Mail at the end was like not
Once
really a
again,
challenge, despite
I am
your character being so
victorious.
depowered. But,
Right.
But this is like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, you walking hairball. Verso.
Yeah,
Ever gracious in defeat. Rematch.
some
Some
other
other
time.
time.
No, you're
It's
fine.
late.
I'm not going to be able to win that with the
No.
character builds I've got set up.
Spoil sport.
Verso ain't shit.
My beauty requires no sleep.
just, like,
you're really
Open
a
up
gentleman.
on. You guys just open up on me the second the thing starts.
You just got a lot of individual. You didn't talk
Come
to
on,
him at the bonfire.
let's-
You must be. It's all backed up now.
Oh man, I do. It's gonna make me do it.
You have to fight
You're
him.
fucked.
My beauty requires
No,
no
it's
At
fine.
least he'll mash your ass.
You can't like drag Mail over there. Never do it.
No, you got to do it with Verso. But what I can do,
Respect.
yeah, I could basically go
Pull a bunch of his strength.
and just have him have 0 points and
Yeah,
everything,
that makes sense.
and then I'll
You're
fix him
really
after.
a
I edited your. I lobotomized you. Let's do it.
Come on.
That's fine.
All right, let's try now, Pish.
Get ready to lose.
Let's see how well you do with only one loaf.
Oh
Still
shit!
got. He still got
Is he
his health
still-
bar. He might still have his health bar.
Interesting.
That'd be kind of hilarious. Just lobotomized. Unless I get to it.
Oh, that was a lot of damage.
This is gonna take a while.
He should have just let Pinocchio kick your ass. Open the gun.
No, I did.
You have to.
Oh,
yeah.
you have
I have
you
to progress, yeah.
God.
That's just good for you. You're only the only thing. He's still beating your ass.
Shit. Okay, maybe that doesn't... Maybe the spec didn't even matter.
Yeah, maybe
You might have to focus on keeping your health up.
I'm guessing that you can take his like some of his abilities away, but he gets like flat boosts to damage and health.
Alright, well,
Well, if you can counter some of his attacks,
yeah.
This is looking iffy, man.
it's definitely looking at you. You better parry.
This is like a Dark Souls fight at this point.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
You can probably do it. It's just
You're gonna have to keep your health up. And
this might end up being the hardest fight.
Weirdly enough, but whatever. I mean, I have this perfect recovery move. I can just literally do it infinitely, so. Let's see. Do a gradient. Yeah, I'll be fine. as
yeah,
long as I get-
especially if you can get the.
Just don't mess up your parry.
I mean, you can always do it.
Yeah, but if he gets like a full attack,
Well, if he if he
Yeah.
Not impressed.
I'd have to help.
there's no reason not to.
Well, my basic attack also does do a health steal,
Yeah.
so I get some back from that too. Plus, if I can break him,
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Though. If he does like 3,000 damage to you in an attack, you're gonna die.
Just try it.
that's okay.
Is it?
It's fine.
Shit, we lost to lobotomized Finoto.
Ha!
Maybe
I honestly don't even think that did
You
anything.
got points. Why don't you upgrade yourself?
Do I? I don't think I do.
Some
I
other
thought you
time.
had points.
Spoil
You don't have
sport.
points?
Did I?
My
I'm
beauty
pretty sure I
requires
don't
me.
for so, but maybe.
No.
Well, let me see.
Your respec name would be less of a bitch.
Oh, 0 points available. Nope, you're right.
Yeah, but
Because they're all at like max level anyway. I don't think that even did anything changing him.
You have to.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like that's already the best.
All right. Well, make
He
sure your
just
health.
sucks, then.
You got to make sure your health's up. Then
Yeah.
that's what we got to do.
Yep.
we should have been a rapid
So,
respawn.
Cold
you
as
really
it
come. Well,
We'll do it.
We'll give you a few more before we.
Yeah.
And that was like a 4-hour like one of a kind experience.
That was
a one of a kind experience.
get ready to lose.
something.
When would we have another fail
Ready to
field?
strike.
I mean, hopefully that just doesn't happen.
So you
But
said we're playing Superman 64.
Oh shit!
no, I didn't.
What?
Why not?
You want to watch a fail stream? Or can we play ET for the account?
There you go.
I don't even know how to put that up.
You could probably get an emulator.
That you could definitely do. So I don't know why you want to.
But I mean, you want to watch a fail
Let's
stream
come
now.
Where
Where
are you
you
guys
won
located?
We are in the U.S.
the Midwest.
Just try it.
Oh, I threw my backhoe shoveling out that driveway there.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, Renee came over. She made a real nice hot dog.
Ready to strike.
That was fun, wasn't it? Ready to strike.
Massachusetts. Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Bring
Very
it on.
nice.
Does Mark Wahlberg like the steel animal?
Maximum damage.
That was not that's what
Might be his.
My turn.
His counters are.
Yeah, it's just that his basic attack suck ass.
Yeah, if you can pull off the counters. Yeah.
I do wonder if I've maybe got if there's just a better weapon for him that I don't have equipped. Maybe.
Well, he does like just shit damage like everybody else. There's got to be a reason.
Well, part of it is also that his like character type works with He does this like scaling thing where like the more hits you can do in a row without taking damage.
He does like a scaly thing.
I said scaling.
I didn't know this was a Lariat game. Alex, did you know?
Like you see how he's rank A now,
Yeah.
right? And his attacks are more powerful the higher the rank you can get him to go.
They're still not as powerful as everybody else's attack.
No.
It's a lot more work to do a whole lot of nothing.
Oh well.
Watching Sage with the spider thing.
Damn,
Better
you
deal.
beat your kids that hard?
But if you,
Cut him down. Ready to strike.
I was gonna ask if you ever get like phone calls from like your spider kids, concerned about like the black eyes.
Oh
But I
my
remembered
God.
you don't send them to school.
For fuck's sake.
there's like the spider CPS
You're outmatched.
intervene.
Spider Protective Services.
Man, fuck you guys.
Hey, we kind of noticed that your spider baby is showing up to school, just starving.
No one even packed a fly in its lunch bag for anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he showed up with a cigarette for lunch.
Guys. God.
We thought it was bad when he had one black eye, but now he has 8 black eyes.
Oh my god.
You
Yes, the worst.
You didn't even leave him an eye.
Fuck all of you.
End of the line.
Well, I think we're back to where we were last time.
It almost took us up.
Well, at least you're mastering playing the shittiest character.
I just don't have his build done up right. You could make him.
How long have you been streaming?
A few years now.
I mean, we do it very casually, like once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not like hardcore, like feel on every night kind of shit.
But a couple of years. Good couple of years.
I mean, to be honest, the whole origin of this channel and the way we do things is just we hang out and talk shit and play games anyway.
Yeah.
So we went, fuck it, what if we streamed it?
Yeah, it's just basically what we'd be doing. Yeah, if we didn't have a camera on.
Not impressed.
Although the stream has definitely
Just try it.
upped the shit.
It has.
Oh yeah, we come after each other far more aggressively than we used to.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we had little jabs at each other before every now and then, but then it was like, oh shit, this is actually a good time. So then we all do it to each other.
I feel like I was the only one consistently getting shit.
That's probably true.
You were. Yeah, we mostly just made fun of him.
Hey, at least now you get to make fun of everyone else all the time too.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, this turned out good for you.
And I do think the spider movie.
No, the spiders are the fun.
I disagree.
Definitely the funny.
Like, come on, man. There's no question.
I think that there's questions.
I don't know, man. When you showed up with your spider shirt,
It was a Spider-Man
A
shirt.
Spider-Man fetish, sure, we know.
No,
because you wear those web thongs.
Yeah.
I do not wear web thongs.
You're like, well, Spider-Man did it, so it's a Spider-Man thing.
I never said that.
You did. You're defending yourself so hard.
God damn it.
You were like, wow, you guys wouldn't do anything Spider-Man does?
I didn't say I would do anything Spider-Man does.
You also told us that Spider-Man got his powers from fucking a radioactive spider.
That is not something I have ever said.
Is that something you've been trying? Have you gone to like Chernobyl a bunch of times? You came back
No.
disappointed that you can't shoot webs.
Oh my god.
Can you a spider
You're
STD
outmatched.
select?
You see what I deal with every time Who Flung Food? This is what I'm dealing with. It's every stream.
You asked
At least it's not a speedo.
I think I'll improvise.
You asked for us to come on the stream.
I did, but I didn't ask for this.
I mean, you should have known this is what would happen if we come on this stream.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Sage went into the stream just thinking that he'd be talking shit about gnomes all the time. He didn't know the whole game would change.
This fight has gone on so long, the music track ran out.
Oh, shit. I'm surprised it doesn't cycle.
I wonder if maybe that's even like a small glitch. I want to say it's supposed to.
Probably how Sage went to fucking Spider 3.
Oh, for Christ's
The
sake.
playlist ends. He's like, oh shit, I gotta go to work.
Cut him down. End of the line.
Lies. It's all lies.
You know, I preferred this one.
Do you?
No. You better heal, dude.
I know.
Just trying to keep you alive so you don't do this again.
Yeah, 'cause we're almost done with it this time.
Yeah, the stream's almost over.
it's fine.
Not
I will cold as a gun you if you die. Because we're pretty close.
Yeah, that would be well deserved.
That's better.
Fine. Okay, we're doing fine.
That's what you said during Max Payne.
Whoa, listen. Yes. Sage just said Misa doing good.
God damn it.
Oh,
I can't argue with that.
Damn, too early on that last one.
I have to say, as a group, I really respect us for
witness.
I mean, we technically played every level, is the thing.
Really?
Yeah. We just
That was the last
skipped to the next level whenever we lost. So we played
that
every
one.
level.
I thought you meant the other one.
Yeah, I was talking about the other.
You-
Oh, yeah. No, well, we killed Anakin, and that was like, I consider that the good ending.
yeah. Oh, that would have solved Star Wars.
That's legit.
So Lucas should have done.
Well, you know Lucas only cared about selling toys.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
That changed that man's perspective on entertainment so fast. They're like, wait, you can sell toys? And he was like, I don't give a shit what the story's about. What makes a better toy?
I mean, basically.
That was Ewoks. So why the fuck did the Ewoks go up? Right, 'cause
Well, it was
sell-
supposed to be the Wookiee planet originally.
Yeah, but you can sell a stuffed
impressed.
Ewok.
You telling me that Wookiees wouldn't have sold better?
Then Ewoks?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like a plushy Ewok?
I think people are so into Star Wars that they would have been super into Ewok shit. Or, I mean, super into, like, Wookiee toys anyway.
That's true.
I mean, Wookiees at least have kind of the coolness factor.
Wookiees are definitely better than Ewoks. I'm just saying.
I mean, not if it's like Star Wars holiday special.
If you're
Still.
trying, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's,
But
you
if
mean,
you're-
Lumpy?
If you're
Do you
trying
know
to
what
sell-
his full name is? Do you know what Lumpy's full name is? Lumpo-Waroo.
Lumpo?
Lumpo-Waroo.
It sounds like a name of one of those
lucky.
fucking games on the
What was it
PlayStation.
you
so.
said? Only the
It does. It does.
Foul.
I was telling Sage those names sound like a
You're right.
shitty, like,
Or I
rent a
guess
magician.
I'm right.
Like,
Yeah.
Son and Jiro Galabiro!
Wookiee toys sounds kind of kinky.
I remember.
Not that kind of toy.
Too hairy for me.
That's more Michael's thing.
Yeah, Michael's not here, but he's into all the super
Same.
hairy creatures.
That's why I like Star Wars so much.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, Wampas, Wookiees.
And I
They
respect
figured
your
that out
rights.
at least.
What are those tarantulas?
It's a
You were
good
right,
point.
old friend. That was fun.
You like the spider with hairy armpits?
I don't know what that
Let's go
means.
get
Oh,
a
sorry,
drink.
leg pits.
Some parched.
Oh, what? I still no.
Sage
no.
is-
You like
That's-
something to hold on to?
Sage,
on a
Sage
spider?
is such a purist when it comes to spider anatomy.
No, I'm not. I don't like it. Any of it.
Why do you keep like?
Yeah, why are you so aggressively correcting Ulysses about
Yeah,
the fact that
seriously.
spiders don't
I don't
have
know
arms?
anything. I'm not even saying that.
Well,
I just don't. Oh my god. See, I can't even defend myself. Everything I say gets turned around on me.
You defend yourself against those spider children perfectly well.
See? No matter what I say. No matter what I say.
Sage always hires the scummiest slick back lawyers to go in court and be like, "No,
I'm sorry, I thought you were corn."
They're like, Your Honor, I think you'll find that this spider tripped and hit his eye on the corner of a bedside table for the 5th time this month.
Go. When they go,
Oh my god. You guys,
come back.
it's the worst.
Yet share their sadness.
You tuckered out yet? You ran out of spider shit?
Oh Lord, no!
I'm sorry, are you asking if we can crank stuff up again?
No!
Come on, man, we can crank this stuff out just like you crank it the spiders.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I can crank it that fast.
I convinced myself.
God damn it.
But really, I could no longer watch the death of expedition after expedition. Yeah,
You guys are the worst.
yet here I am with you
You're
again.
your co-host.
I know. I know.
My loyal.
You want to get better ones off Craigslist?
I don't think anybody even uses Craigslist anymore.
Yeah, what,
I don't know
is
where you-
Craigslist even still?
Yeah. I think traffic majorly dipped because you stopped being able to buy prostitutes, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
they made that not a thing anymore.
Well, they had to get rid of that when all the serial killers kept
You've
using
kicked
it.
my ass enough.
Yeah, serial killers were pretending to be prostitutes.
God, you
and then
remember-
just killing
Also,
people.
pretending to be
remember how
cons and killing
crazy-
prostitutes.
That's true.
you remember how
That
crazy
is
that Don't
very
Fuck
true.
With Cat shit was?
Oh, yeah.
That
dude.
was weird.
That
One of the
documentary is
crazy-
great.
Now, don't get too arrogant.
So, like,
Sometimes I wish things could go back to how they were before.
Yeah, no, that was nuts.
Play with Claire, Aline, and
I
Ron.
remember I watched that during COVID.
Yeah.
Is that when it came out? Or
yeah,
was
it
it old?
came out.
That's right.
It felt like nothing bad.
Yeah.
happened
Oh,
yet.
man.
I feel like it was like there was such a huge hype train for Tiger King.
Yeah,
And that
it
was the next thing that was big on
Times
Netflix, but it was
was
not
comfortable,
Tiger King.
No, Tiger King was like...
Well, I mean, Don't Fuck With Cats is a major downer.
Yeah,
Tiger
Yeah,
King-
it was a lot harder to watch.
Yeah.
Tiger King was they had this weird roller coaster thing going on with it.
Go hunt some Neville.
Tiger King was so, like,
Absolutely
goofy.
ready to take on.
That
like
I
in the
think
good
part
old
of why so many people watched it was definitely partially for the... There was like a comedic element to it.
Yeah.
That Don't Fuck With Cats did not have that.
No.
days. Warm my heart.
That shit was just fucked up.
Cut in half.
What's the maximum relationship level?
I think 5.
Okay. What's going on? Oh, okay.
Sage, have you ever gotten to level
You're
5
really
with the spider? Or...
We know you
Oh,
get to third
another
base with a spider.
God damn it.
Beautiful evening.
Come on, man. Sage bets
Colours
1,000
in the sky.
spiders.
Tonight is a night full of.
I had not gotten to any
We should
base with the
bring
spider.
Noko back.
What, did you just do home
Thought you
run?
wanted to wait until things calm down. Who knows how much time?
Okay, it doesn't, I can't, nothing I said.
Let us
Yeah, you
get
can't
back
wriggle
on
out of it. You're like a fly in a
today.
web.
It's a simple journey to the sea.
If you're there, willingly.
We're not far.
I am
It's close
not.
to the station.
I am not
Is
in
that
any
how
web
you pick up?
willingly.
Is that how you pick up spiders? You just jump in a web and wait for them to come home.
Or later. You helped me bring Noko back once before.
Oh no, spider, I'm stuck.
Us again. My friend. Always.
God damn.
Maybe we could work out a deal.
Alright, let's go do Minoko's side quest.
I'm proud of you for picking the spider this game.
For once.
I kept waiting for them to show up, and they didn't. So.
So far.
There's no spiders in this.
I do wonder
Swear
if
to
there's
God.
like 1,000 spiders on screen at once, like the very last 5 minutes. Of this
Yeah,
game.
Sage will save the side quest for the last. That side quest for the last.
Nope, there's no spiders in this.
The sky.
There's no spiders.
So far.
Nope, none whatsoever. I don't look forward to going into all the tombs of Indiana Jones, though.
Why are they filled with spiders?
No, he's worried there won't be.
God, fuck off.
He said
See, I
that.
think. Oh yeah, that's cute. Bizarre. Once you get the context of all the late game story reveals, though, it does make a lot of sense why he is.
Yeah.
It's all the creation of a child's.
That's why they're all very childish creatures.
Well, and the fact that, yeah, the Gestrels are basically just dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally the personalities of dogs. It's the sacred river where the Gestrels get reborn.
Maybe you could be reborn as a spider.
Would you like that? Or
No.
Is this, okay, yeah, you specifically want the human fucking a spider.
No, I don't want that either.
You like that interspecies thing.
I'm specifically not a fan of the interspecies thing.
You're like if Baldur's Gate 3 was about spiders.
I do not want Baldur's Gate 3 to be about spiders, but
There are probably spiders in this game.
I don't care. I don't want to play it. And that is just another reason to tack on to me not wanting to play it.
Oh, you can bring that dude back to life, man.
They said that he won't really be the same.
It'll just be a reincarnation.
Yeah.
Instead of him, yeah.
The sacred river. Let's make haste. I don't want her to.
Manoko, eso que mabano for me lazy kelly warrior.
How did you even know I was here?
Naru poquito bemido.
Because it kicked dozens of feet around, Alex. We can all smell your dozens of feet now.
Oh no.
Fair point.
Lukito menaru. Naru desejas raro. Rico femicora nisu.
It's a stupid rule. We should just bring them all back now.
Sorimoto priva caos. Como coriza magistrado puricono. Plus, como pumikira. Si tu rompe fosse de baby gestraro.
You leave me no choice then.
Oh no. Think twice, Minako.
I have already thought about it thrice. Golgra, I demand a trial by combat.
Tu poquito rero.
Do I have to participate?
Please help me.
For Minako, then.
Kubarico femi.
At least Minoko's in this fight.
Yeah, that'll make things a lot easier.
A bit of violence, yes.
You can throw in the first. Yeah, that'll make things easy.
It didn't quite do one hit, though.
Yeah, well, unless she can kill you.
Even if she kills, like, one Verso in one turn, it still won't get rid of both of them.
You might be kind of fucked if you kill Minoko.
Yeah.
Minoko's a little easier though.
That's good. It gets angry.
That's Super Saiyan.
Oh, damn.
Oh, good. Now Minoko's down, dude.
Oh, he's not. Nope, I
He's fine.
did a perfect counter.
Oh,
Vivo, pure como faito. Passani de squat.
Squat session. It's leg day.
Of course.
Oh,
I do
come
want.
on.
I want the
You're
sign
just
to be doing that
afraid
weird
of
push-up
losing.
thing as like a ritual at
That'd
one
be
point.
amazing.
Minako, please, shut up.
Pure como wira monoko. Bano, quero bani.
I won't say thank you. Thank you.
Alright, well. Once we actually got to it, it went pretty quick. But yeah, it was just that fight that took a while. The initial.
Hope you want to do more of those.
I'm pretty sure that was the only one.
Voice.
Hey, Noko. How's my favorite merchant?
Golgra, Are you crying?
No.
Not yet, I'm afraid. We have a mission. Do you
You don't
remember
remember
our
shit.
expedition
Yeah.
friends? They'll be happy to see you. They were very worried. Come, let's go back to camp. We found many treasures for you to trade.
Marotura noko tu viraggio. Noko gani biva. Noko? Vivono like in a villaggio?
But I'm Noko's guardian.
I know you want to keep Noko by your side.
Can't split those two dogs up, man.
It's safer. You'll see Noko when we get back to the village.
Wait for me. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Give me the world
Vivi
of
tu
them.
vosira.
Right?
You'll be fine. Better than with you, that's for sure.
Not sure if that's insulting or not.
That he will be. Thanks for helping. I never understood how
You guys
Goldberg
been
got
enjoying
so
all the
freakishly
crazy
strong.
crap going on?
I could
Wait,
take Golgrove
Which
by
thing?
myself.
Because there's a lot.
Oh, just that we're
Never show
having
your weakness ever
nationwide
again.
protests now about the LA thing.
Yeah.
Not too surprising, honestly.
You gotta wonder,
Come on.
if that'll keep escalating or
Let's
if
get
it'll
back to
finally
camp.
settle out.
Well, I feel like in LA in particular, something like this happens pretty consistently, like every solid number of years.
Yeah.
It does. From my understanding, is that there are enough, like, National Guard and Marines that'll be going. Probably calm things down.
Could also agitate.
That's definitely also true.
It also might just cause problems in other places.
Yeah, well, you wonder. There'll be sympathy riots or something. I'm wondering now if they're not field testing a new plan for these deportation raids where Trump just authorizes bringing in the National Guard and everything, and then they can do crowd control while ICE goes and arrests people.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Because he went right over Gavin Newsom's head this time.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, California's suing, so we'll see if they agree that Trump's justification for bringing out the National Guard is legit.
So
Yeah.
Trump is also threatening to arrest him.
Newsom, yeah.
Apparently, they originally planned for a mass drone deployment as well.
Shit's gonna get weird, man.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see that.
There's already a lot of talk out of the Pentagon after what happened in Ukraine about
You
the
okay?
fact that we're going to be pivoting
At least
hard
Noko
towards
is safe.
drone technology.
Can
It's
begin
that's the
readjusting.
future of warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Welcome to
time
Blade
he
Runner.
returns, He's slightly changed.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that, man.
Loss of
I don't like that feature.
It was inevitable, though, once the
Yeah.
technology got there.
No, I mean as soon as
And
like
Ukraine
2008 happened.
Ukraine is improving the usefulness
My
of
friend.
drones, but after this last airfield attack, there's just no denying that's the future of warfare.
Yeah, 6 is the max.
It'll be interesting to see what countermeasures are developed to deal with drones and how effective they'll be.
I'm wondering if, you wonder if Russia wouldn't
I
have
guess he's not
been
that
able
different from
to
my father.
prevent it if there wasn't a culture of just having swarms of drones guarding all of your most
Right.
important infrastructure.
Also, if the Russians weren't staggeringly incompetent.
Well, that's also
I
definitely
can't
true. But I'm
believe
just
you told someone
imagining
about
that
the
every airfield now might have a horde of
very
drones that goes and
persuasive.
patrols in case other enemy drones show up or something. like
Really?
And then what happens if we get a Skynet? Because this is what happens when you get a Skynet.
that. Oh, they're talking about Skynet by 2027.
When she
Well, there's
smiles at
in China there's an AI that they named Skynet.
Yeah, it's the one that runs the social credit system.
Yeah.
There's a
But-
president.
So she smiled.
But,
at me.
We might just literally have Skynet.
But Ray Kurzweil and a lot of the people who have been right about the development of the AI going forward think we're
Right.
looking at AGI like Skynet.
Yeah, they think, like,
Intelligence
full,
by
like,
20,
sentience
by
in
2027.
2027.
That'd be cool.
Well,
Would it? I don't know.
There's
I don't know. I'm worried about that.
you would understand
I'm more worried about the AI than
why
to be honest. I mean, what are we gonna do to that thing?
What?
I mean, maybe the AI will be a better leader
That's
than
not
any
true.
of our leaders.
Yeah, I'm assuming we don't fill it up with internet bullshit and treat it like a slave.
Well, and also, it's like,
Yeah. Because as soon, I mean, if it becomes sentient, but like, it's not gonna like how we're treating it.
Rock.
This rock has not yet introduced
Oh, it's also
itself
like-
to me.
we have a
So
lot
I
of.
don't know what to call it or what its special power is.
I see.
Oh, but Luna is helping me study it. She knows a lot about rocks.
There you go.
Oh, just that.
Luna
That
doesn't strike
the
me as
biggest
rock
fear with
enthusiast.
AI is you give it a
Luna
mission,
knows a
Right.
lot
which
about
has always
lots
been
of
the
things.
sci-fi thing, but
Talking
it's still
to her
the
is super
the major
fun.
concern with
She's
AI
so
is you give it a
interested,
mission,
gets so
and
excited.
then it's
Just
going to try to
like you,
fulfill that mission as
first
efficiently
met.
as possible
Right.
without
You had so
the
many
typical human
questions
moral system.
about
Right.
me,
Yeah, the common,
Its ability to have ethics is
Yeah.
very in question.
yeah, the
Talking to
common
Luna
hypothetical
too.
there is we create an AI that's going to be a paperclip maximizer. It's going to make as many paperclips as it can, and it decides, well, if I wipe out the human race, it'll be easier for me to make paperclips.
Right.
Yeah, well,
and you like when
Yeah.
she gets
I don't know.
excited
I mean,
about
it
stuff,
seems
too.
just so easy
That's
for
not
it to come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
what exactly
But
are
then
you...
again, because of the whole
No,
weird
forget it.
black box
We're
thing
getting off
that all
topic.
these AI have,
Oh, you can't
we
tell
don't
what
even
they-
know how it's coming to the decisions it's coming to.
They have no idea.
I'm not flustered.
Chat, like OpenAI is already using multiples
course.
of the older version of AI
Who would
to
turn
monitor
down
the
SK
newer
Arc?
versions of AI because it's already beyond their capacity to tell what's going on. So they're
Right.
asking systems they don't already understand to babysit even more advanced systems they don't understand. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It just seems
I guess he's not...
like things are gonna be weird.
I mean, things are definitely going to be weird.
I mean, I hope for best case scenario and that the AI is just smarter than us and
That's
is able
not a
to
happy
like,
look.
Why'd you hide sorry from
but
me?
Oh,
is able to,
I didn't...
Not fuck up the planet.
yeah.
afraid
I don't
the
know.
others would want to...
I mean, because even if you give it like a directive like, oh, protect the human race, it's like, well, the best way to protect the human race is to make sure there's no human race to protect, because then I'll have fulfillment. Who knows? Who knows what logic it'll pull, well, you know?
Thing.
Well, and it's interesting to think about,
Exactly.
even if the AI remains aligned
You're
with
just like
the
Francois.
best case scenario
He'd
for
hate that you said
humanity.
that.
Like if the AI's mission is what's best for humanity, who
And
knows if the AI
Francois is
doesn't
just
like
you.
go full
What do you
on
mean by that?
eugenics? You know,
Right,
I mean,
right.
like, even if
Because
it's like
that's the
making it
fear of
mission-
logic with no emotion, right?
Well, the other problem is that even if we have an AI who is
Slow down.
capable of the stuff that is subservient to
Remember
us,
what?
Right.
who are the people who are going to be using it? The elite.
Right.
What do they want? Eugenics.
Right.
So,
also.
Right.
I mean, if
Not gonna
Klaus
be a good
Schwab
time.
gets his hands on it, right? Like,
We can
Which
just
one
go
was
full
Uri again?
Canada. Just
Here
offer
he
everybody
comes
that
to
has a tough
swim
life suicide.
in the
Yeah.
water.
yeah.
Oh, right, right. So, where's Uri?
I left Uri in Francois' cave.
Okay. Francois is not going to give you Uri without a fight.
Oh, I'd rather not fight. He was so mad last time. Maybe if you serenade him. He and Claire used to sing all the
So
time.
that older kind of bitchy
Yeah.
sister,
yeah.
Francois was like her kind of childhood
It made
creation.
him
The same way
so
SK
happy.
was versus.
You have
So she was very creative. Yeah, I made an angry broth.
I am clearly a turtle.
Ask,
Get off my lawn.
sure, Francois wants to hear me sing that.
or maybe you can dance with him. You're an excellent dancer.
SK is just endless positivity.
I've never even seen him move.
Not that
I guess
kind
he
of
sort of
thing.
wiggles his head sometimes. Anyway, look, maybe we can trade him something. What does he like? Flowers? Fruit? Shiny things?
I know. We trade him a different rock.
Why was he want another rock?
Why would he want want another rock?
Because it'll be a better rock.
Better. How?
We'll make it so it looks like Francois, and we can paint a miniature Clair on top.
Sure. Why not?
Worst case scenario, it doesn't work, and you fight him for it.
Gee. Thanks.
How about that rock over there?
But yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder what countermeasure systems will be devised and perfected, because they already have test stuff in England,
Right.
where they have that, basically a radio projector that just killed all drones in the radius around it.
Right. I mean, that's the thing that's hard to predict, right? I mean, there's just that ingenuity to counter whatever that gets created.
Well, and we're still waiting for
wanna go now?
like
Yes,
the
yes,
deployment
yes.
of
It
like
won't
nano
take
drones
long
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like, if you think about what Ukraine did, and
Right.
if a base has 3,000 nano drones, and they just send them up to kind of like monitor like a widely dispersed area around the airfield. I mean, like a nano drone could kamikaze into a, like the size of drones that Ukraine used
Yeah.
and blow those things up.
Why didn't
Now,
Right.
nano drones are terrifying technology. Like, I mean, that's possible human
We'll trade
apocalyptic level.
Yeah.
Like,
For
if
It's
you're
usually
not-
just unleash an endless swarm of those things. They just eviscerate.
But they're coming.
Yeah.
They're definitely coming. They've been in development for a long time.
beautiful?
So,
No deal. You want Uri? Come and get it.
Oh no, not Berto again.
you don't want your rock? Dude?
No.
You didn't want the rock.
Do we have any chance in this fight?
We do, yeah, we definitely do.
Let's cover path.
Oh yeah.
Well, we haven't seen an attack yet,
We fought him in the early part of the game.
but so we had characters who did stuff.
I also get multiple turns, so he only gets one.
But he's doing massive damage.
Oh, totally.
Considering what things was. Health-wise.
Bring it on.
I don't even need to rely on like counters. Damn.
Saying? Famous last words.
Expedition fail.
Well, that would have been a worse if I had countered.
Shit.
Before I go do it again, let me just look at his weapons real quick.
Whatever he's using, it's suck the whole.
Yes.
Oh, that's because he had. Oh,
Yeah.
Damn, you have a
His
level.
weapon?
You have a level 29 weapon. 31.
yeah, no, that's the reason.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's because in New Game Plus it reset what weapon he had equipped, and I didn't
I mean,
realize.
you've got a couple 33s.
Yeah, the 33 is like the highest.
Nanotechnology has been used to clean up oil spells. Boo Fun Boo said.
I mean, that's a good use of it.
What's been used? Oh yeah. I mean,
I guess he's
that
Cousin,
like most people who understand AI say, there's good uses and bad uses of
Yeah.
AI. Like, it's going to depend more on who's managing the systems and all of that than anything else.
It's been true with every kind of technology.
It's a tool. It's a tool.
Yeah.
for sure.
I just don't trust people in power.
Right.
And we only managed to use things like nuclear power responsibly after there were harsh lessons. And the more incompetent the people in power are, and the more willing they are to abuse the system, the harsher those lessons are going to be before somebody goes, oh, we can't do that again.
Right.
And we could easily have one of those be completely apocalyptic.
Yeah, well, and also just it's also a matter of the fact that this may be the first technology we've developed that we're totally incapable of understanding. Like, we just don't know if it wants anything or what it.
Right. I mean, if there is sentience,
Because we're on the verge of sentience now.
right?
Like, we're very close. We don't even we're at the point now where like the Turing test is basically useless,
missed you.
Right.
which was our old metric for what sentience means.
Francois.
Right.
Whether it's that test is good enough to actually give us an answer. We don't have any ideas for what is the better
Really
answer.
does miss her.
Like I told you that they threw this thing called humanity's final test at the thing.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
told
like-
me about that.
yeah.
Did you hear about that?
It's like
Okay.
it's like a 2,000 question word quiz that asks questions that only people in the top of their field, so specialized in every field they could
Glad
imagine,
I could help.
that they added questions from economics to physics to quantum mechanics to philosophy, just like the stuff that they would expect only people at like the elite levels of each school of like human thought, and they put it in. And the thing is at something like it's like at a D, right?
I
Okay.
guess.
But consider I don't think I'd get a D on a test like that.
No.
So
I
it's
mean,
getting
People aren't really capable of learning all those specialized things at once.
no. It's
Maybe.
I mean
you might
there's
dedicate your life
there's
to learning one.
Yeah.
There's one section where
Maybe
human
a
beings-
couple if you have
yeah,
some really weird hobbies.
yeah, like a
Sure.
polymath or something. But
Yeah.
the fact that it's getting a D on that test, I don't think I could get a D on. And I'm not saying I'm the best example of
Well,
humanity in
I'm
the world.
getting quite
but
tired of people telling me to go.
Yeah.
it's getting a little freaky for sure.
So please,
Yeah.
Because it was only 2 years ago it could only get a 10% on
wish.
that
they're
test.
counting on me.
Which is probably
So-
still more than a lot of people can get.
I won't
Right, but think
abandon
about that from that's a 50% increase on test scores in like a couple years.
Yeah.
What was it?
Which
I mean, that's kind of nuts.
Which means in a couple years, who the fuck knows?
Aside
Because
from
it's
being
also
a sad and
exponential.
lonely
It's on
orphan,
it's on an
it was great.
exponential growth curve.
Right.
It'll
only-
be next year. It's getting
Although
100%.
technically,
The only limiting
everyone
factor,
here
of
is
course,
an
is that upgrading these AIs requires
When your
more and
parents passed away.
more server-side resources, water and stuff to
Around
keep the
3?
system cool.
Well, if you've been watching what Trump's been up to, it's been nothing about
An
nothing but
unwelcome
create
surprise.
more energy, make it easier to build
They
data
never
centers.
wanted
Yeah.
kids.
Like he's
And they definitely
I think if
didn't want
Elon
them right
Musk
before they're gone.
accomplished one thing by siding with Trump, is Trump's 100% now, in contrast to his first administration. 100%
Your arrival
into
must have
AI
caused quite a bit
and
of
100% into crypto,
Right.
which were two things he was not, especially
He didn't
crypto.
really give a shit about.
AI didn't really
Panic is
matter.
Probably a better word.
AI takes over the world will probably be deemed as insufficient and be eliminated.
It'll be an interesting question. I don't think AI is going to want to
And they
eliminate
bounced
humanity
around from
necessarily.
family to family.
Unless it coincides
Let's see.
with the goal that we give it.
I remember all
Yeah,
of
but
them.
let's see if we can start
I was
mining resources in space.
kind of a
If
weird.
That's the
AI,
biggest
if,
thing.
if AI develops
And then we get
and
Dead Space.
and space resource harvesting
So
is
was
not
I.
an option
Right.
Oh, yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
then yeah,
I
it
was
probably will
obsessed
pretty
with my
quickly
piano.
conclude that humans are a
pencil.
limiting factor to its growth. Like, I don't know.
I was
Probably
a
definitely.
bit more.
Well, one of the
severe
other
than
big
that.
things
I
about
used to have lots of
expanding
nightmares
AI
and
is all the
talk to
water
myself.
use that's required to keep all these servers and shit cool.
Right.
Right.
The other thing about going
Unless you
to
could
space,
get water out of asteroids.
well, better than that, if you go into space, you don't need to worry about cooling as much
Yeah,
because space
that's
is fucking
Space is
cold.
cold as fuck.
That's true.
You throw a space station full of
Well, I was a
servers
weird
up
kid
there,
in
it'll be
everyone's
perfectly
eyes.
well cooled.
And
That's a good
if the
point.
AI turns evil, you can throw missiles at it.
Tell the truth.
It's why he and his sister took me in.
I mean, it was definitely under the radar
Used to be weird
when
kids too.
when
So they
the
liked me.
Pentagon and the CIA
Sure, it's
sent
weird.
their probe out to Psyche,
What's something you like?
that asteroid in the
Wandering
asteroid
around
belt.
the buildings. Nobody
But
wanted me for
they
any of
for
the
sure
fancy
did.
apprenticeships.
I think it should be
So
back
I got
soon.
stuck as a runner
Right.
for the warehouses.
But
that turned out to be kind of nice.
they're looking to see
got
if
to
it
go
has the
everywhere in the
$4
city.
quadrillion
I probably know
worth
the
of
place better
precious
than
metals
anyone.
on it. That
That's
they think
nice.
Yeah, if we could get like real
That was your favorite
asteroid
place.
resource harvesting going, like that would be revolutionary.
Asteroids are
Until we
like,
discover the red marker.
so many
Yeah.
many
Stuff used to
asteroids
go
are like
there a lot.
pure metallic
Do you
cores.
miss Lumia?
Like they've had everything stripped
Yeah.
away from them.
Right.
Just the
And they're
place,
like
but
pure metallic cores. That
everything
Psyche
about that
one in
time,
particular,
festivals,
they
the
think is
gardens,
full of gold.
dancing the night
I know you
out.
said metallic ores, but for a second it did sound like you said metallic horse. And I,
Well, hey, that would solve China's
Found out I was gone.
population problem, right?
or make it worse.
I'll just die.
You have us now.
It'll be interesting. We'll see if you can grow a baby in a bag. I'm
Bag
increasing,
babies.
Bag Babies. Listen to that's what
I
the
am-
band name.
Yeah, we're starting a band. It's called Bag Babies.
I am increasingly
You want to dance the night away?
feeling a sense that
Maybe
we
us,
have
yeah.
we have like not even 100 years. Let's see,
Yeah.
women like 60 years to figure out how to grow babies in bags before like the demographic
Wow.
collapse of humanity becomes
Right.
I'm
existential.
getting quite
With
tired.
every generation, it's a disaster.
We're still going to have
Like
a pretty existential crisis, though, because people are just going to put those bags in robots.
Well, to put the bags in, that
Parents choose
or
what
the
they-
state suddenly takes on the responsibility. Of
That's
making
exactly
new
what's going to
human
happen,
beings,
dude.
Which is
also
terrifying.
bad.
Which is terrifying.
Why?
My
But I'm just saying,
chief and
Yeah,
prince.
that's
Like-
some Orwellian shit right
Like
there.
South
What
Korea
are
has
you
a
talking
0.8%.
Do you want government-raised bag babies? Because this is how you get government-raised bag babies.
South Korea has a 0.8% or a 0.8
What
replacement
made you think of that?
right?
You
0.8
said you were
babies
unwelcome surprise.
per every woman.
But I
You
think
need
even though your birth was
2.1
unexpected,
to sustain your
it was still
population.
celebrated.
What's the
Your
population
name
of
shows
South
how your
Korea?
parents felt about you.
I don't know.
I cannot tell you.
I'm gonna.
I know that their
50
birth
million,
replacement
I don't know.
rate is not good, but
Yeah, it's 0.8 is the birth
Chief.
replacement.
right. But I don't know.
Guess they
Yeah, I
have
don't know what
bigger
the actual
dreams for me
population
than I
is.
ever
Let me
did.
open up
Why?
the
What did you dream of?
Wikipedia
didn't.
here.
You must have wanted something.
It's going to suck, though, when kids are being born out of bags on the government's dime. Because the government's be like, oh, well, we own you. We created you.
Blues
Oh,
music's
yeah.
gonna be weird in that.
Oh,
Weird.
100%.
I was born in a bag on the government's dime.
Alright. Population.
Well, you
Population.
What do you dream of now?
Population in South Korea right now is about 50 million.
Wow, I was right.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
It's a good guess. I didn't even have a guess.
That
What do you
will,
want?
What do I want?
by the time the generation we're
I
at
guess
right
I'm still
now,
figuring that out,
ages into like
Well,
retirement.
Sure.
That'll
What you
be
used
half
to want.
to like
Sure.
25 million,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
If the birth
Before the
rates
fracture,
keep,
I
it'll be
studied piano in the
worse than
conservatory.
half. It'll probably be
I
closer to
loved
20
it.
million, 0.8
I really miss
replacement
performing at
rate,
the
right?
concert hall.
Yeah.
Lights
The
dim and
generation
the room is
after
hushed
that
and
will
the
age
first
in
notes echo through the
to
chamber.
their retirement,
I can
and
just
then the
lose
population
myself.
will almost half
I feel
again.
the music through
And
my
you will
fingers.
just salami slice
Every time
over
I
a few
play,
generations. You will get an
It
almost
feels
like
like my heart's about
it will
to
be
break
like a
from the beauty of the
90%
note.
cut
That's
in the
lovely.
populations
I
of
miss that a
especially
lot.
some of these East Asian and
Maybe when this is
European
over,
countries
we
will
can
be an
fix up the
absolute
opera house and
collapse.
you can perform.
Was mine made of electricity, so what's to stop people from inhabiting robots?
I mean, yeah, who
I mean,
knows?
they talk
That
about
could start happening.
uploading
That's
their
also
brains.
a dark line in context at the ending, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
He wanted to be a musician.
Hey, maybe you
instead.
could be my slave forever. Damn, Spunky.
It will be my pleasure.
But no, keep going.
Oh, just that
I
like
want my first
it would
concert
only
to
take
be
a
yours.
couple
And
generations
don't worry,
till we're
I'll make
back
sure
to
the
like a
room is
global
packed.
population
I'll
of
put up
600
posters
million.
everywhere in town.
When you consider
no
the
pressure, huh?
complexity of the industries
all right.
that we
I
depend
guess I
on
should
to
start
run
practicing.
things,
Yeah.
that would collapse a number of industries. AI, robots, all of that could change the whole map.
Well, I
The
think a lot
number
of
of the
governments-
number of human beings will, like, we could have a 90% population crash in
Yes.
the next 60 years.
Yeah, I think a lot of governments, once they realize they can sort of have AI doing a lot of stuff, they're probably going to want that. They don't want a lot of extra people who aren't doing anything.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
if you think about it from the standpoint of the elites,
Well,
I'm getting
90% of people dying and then being replaced by robots.
It's great for them.
Maybe
Yeah.
prefer.
Yeah, it's great for them. Their lives will totally be better.
you okay?
They won't have to make sure that
What's
they're
wrong?
fed.
Yep,
Or
we won't have to worry about
hours.
mass food production.
They
They'll,
can indulge in their weird godhood fantasies and only have their children.
I mean, they
do-
already make the argument about how people shouldn't have as many kids because it's better
Except
for
for
the
them, of
planet.
course.
Well, except for them. But they do say that already. Like,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have as many kids. It's better for the
Every
planet.
Yeah.
time I think I've managed to contain
They'll
it.
make a
Bill Maher would love to do
environmental argument, in favor of it.
Well, they've been making that argument.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that
For like
it's already a
30 years.
thing.
Nowhere
But yeah, just
Yeah, Bill Maher will love that.
drags me away.
I'm happy I never got into a serious relationship.
I'm glad nobody loves me.
Dude, his podcast is such an endless parade cringe fest of him telling
I'm
half
trying
of
to
his...
get political here, but Trump will be causing a food shortage.
I mean, don't worry about getting political. We're being super
We're being
political.
extremely political.
We're being...
Yeah.
Gnomes, Cannibalism,
Are you-
and Politics is the name of the show. So.
Yeah, be as political as you want.
Yeah, we don't care.
Do you mean a food shortage in the U.S.
Or a food shortage globally?
in the globally? It would be, I mean, he would have to fuck up so hard for the U.S. not to be able to feed itself. Granted, if
Prices will
if it
go up,
got
though.
Prices have already gone up a lot.
prices on staples, depending on how the tariff war, will probably go down. Because if it like China already doesn't want to buy our
There, USA.
I don't think it'll affect USA. Just because we're the number one agriculture exporting country on Earth. Now, if we're not exporting that food to other countries, that could get real ugly for some parts of the world.
Well, I mean, how much global food production comes out of Ukraine that's been completely fucked
that's
already?
That's
I mean, that's bad.
Well, the Middle East has actually shifted to buying
not
U.S.
very comforting
agriculture
when I'm
products.
missing
Because they used to get it from...
Because there's only, there are only like 3 countries on the Earth that provide grains to the world. It's basically Ukraine,
I imagine what they would say.
the U.S. and Brazil.
They would.
Sure.
That's close to it for major grain exporting economies in the world. Then Canada and Argentina, they're like second tier.
Sure.
Like when it comes to
Oh,
Well, I mean, a lot of countries, a lot of the other big countries are so full of people and have so limited space to work with, especially arable land, that like their demand for food far outpaces the production.
Right.
Well, if it wasn't for Brazil, China, we would have even greater leverage over China. If China didn't have the option to switching to Brazil, especially for soybeans,
Right.
they'd be in terrible shape right now. Because there really are about 3 countries you can turn to for grain
I want to
production.
talk to her and
You can get like
Understand
meat
what?
and like produce and stuff from a few different countries on Earth. But especially when it comes to grain. Because most countries consume all the grains they create.
Right.
China's a major grain producing country.
The immigrants who is scaring into hiding will cause a lot of the food problems.
I can definitely see it. It's been weird to see the way that the immigration crackdown has coincided with a major rollout of like companies like John Deere are now testing autonomous farming equipment around the country in a way that I don't know if they would have launched it as soon as they did.
Right.
But that's probably
That's
part
the
of it.
opening phase of what we're talking about.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Replacing people.
Yeah, the elite classes, they're right on that precipice of replacing everybody with pure machines.
Oh yeah,
so they're ready to just get the human element out of it.
The thing is, the agricultural
it's not
thing,
good, but that's
the
what they're ready to do.
agricultural thing is them freaking out and trying to find a replacement.
Yeah,
Right.
Of course.
What AI is
She doesn't
going
want to
to
see me,
destroy first:
Right.
Not after.
accountants,
then she can throw
low-level
us out and we'll leave
coders,
her alone.
data entry people in especially
Yes.
hospital settings,
Right.
which is a huge portion of
Where
U.S.
is she?
employment. Those 3 jobs,
If I had to guess,
probably closer
There's
to
a place
10
she
than
loves
5% of
at the
the
top of
U.S.
the mountain.
workforce. And those are going,
with
Yeah.
like, low-level coding is fraud.
Right.
Like a lot of people that got hired in 2020 at tech
Guess
companies,
we're climbing.
they're freaking like entry-level work at tech companies doesn't exist at this like the jobs they're able to replace with AI are being replaced.
She has the
with
power
AI.
to remake.
yeah.
I don't know what that means for people graduating from coding school. What the fuck they're
It
going to
means
do?
you better go back to school for something else.
Yeah. And then you can imagine spending all the time on it and then just being, like, just about to graduate
Yeah.
and then that happening.
Well, it's interesting. Like, I mean, even imagine being a radiologist, right?
Do you like dogs?
Like, you're not a
What?
cardiac
Do you like
surgeon,
dogs?
I think
but
you
you're
spend
one
too
of the
much time
people that
alone.
identifies
You've
cancer
forgotten
and
how to
stuff
start
like
a
that.
human
And they're
conversation.
rolling out
just
AI
had this feeling
models
you're a
that
dog
are
person.
3 times better at identifying
Well, you're
cancer
right.
earlier than
I had a
you.
dog
Right.
named Pat.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? Yeah. That's the whole. I mean, that's the scary part, right? Like, I mean,
when we were kids.
it seems like every job will be potentially replaceable, except for people who repair the machines.
Well, and the big thing
What else can you do?
The big thing is that I do think there will be universal basic income. They will ease us out of this system.
Trump's crackdown on protests.
Yeah, it's getting pretty wild, man. It is definitely. We'll see what the courts say about what he's doing.
So,
not that he necessarily cares.
On a legal, well,
I mean,
they do continue to follow the courts. Whether they'll always do that, I don't know.
They kind of sort of follow the courts on certain things, but they've also tried to get under the rulings at times and just do their own thing anyway.
Yeah, for sure. But for the most part, like, I mean, they had to bring a Brago back, right? No matter how much they fought against it, the court said they had to, and they eventually did.
That's an awful lot.
Not without a fight, though.
No. But,
that's the kind of thing where you push against the line more and more each time, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can talk about.
Oh yeah, it's a total.
Ask away.
That's why I'm not so confident about the universal basic income thing. I think it's more likely that they'll just sort of do a slice and sausage kind of thing, where you go after the people that society broadly doesn't like first, and you just kind of keep going with that little by little until everybody's out of the system.
I mean, the immigration crackdown and a number of things that are happening, I think, are way more related to AI than people think.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
But there will come a time where people are losing their jobs, and it becomes like an existential crisis. And I
we're
think
not far off.
They will introduce a form of UBI. Where I think the salami slicing will come is they will slowly lower the standard of living of everybody on the UBI.
How much are you actually able to do with that UBI? Because you could have it, and then it be maybe effective at first, and then slowly make it so that you can barely
survive. And then as soon as you're taking, I mean, the truth is, as soon as you take government,
keeps you up.
Like government,
really stepped into it and making Trump king.
Yeah, I mean, they've been fairly deferential. Although, I mean, you would have to say that they have kind of put their foot down with Trump a few times, which has definitely frustrated the administration.
I've noticed that they're mostly putting their foot down on the judicial stuff because that's where their power is being limited. So then they're like, "Oh, well, we can't have that."
Yeah, it's when their power is threatened that they care.
Yeah, I mean that's probably definitely true.
The talking nevrons, the ones that seem to have personality.
But I also think that a lot of any income that will be provided to people will probably be heavily conditional, right? Like, it's going to be
social credit score.
Yeah, exactly.
It could definitely go down the social credit score road. I just think what's going to happen is that they will give us initially, because productivity is going to skyrocket, right? Like, the country is going to be making more money because corporate profits are going to skyrocket because their expenses are going to.
Well, yeah, they're not going to have to pay anybody to do it.
Right.
It'll just,
And so the federal government should be taking in a ton of tax money.
Right.
The fears and everything that surround the fact that AI is taking over, I would assume they're going to shower the populace in cash.
Come on, I just shared with you.
Then
it will be effective as a distraction tool to get people to shut up.
I'm not confident to do that because every time productivity has gone up, the state of living has gone down.
But you have to bribe people to accept the fact that they've been displaced.
Or you just give them
then what I would
so far.
If I was a maniacal ruler, I would dump a lot of money on people because it's basically free. Because the tax rates are going to go up like crazy because profits are going to skyrocket.
Yeah, I would change the value of money.
That's also true.
Potentially.
But I would dump a bunch of money, or at least a decent amount of money, so people can have a solid quality of life.
And then slowly take it away from them.
And then as you get people acclimated, I would slowly pull the cash back. Sure. And then definitely encourage people not to have kids. That would be my main thing, is I would keep people comfortable and then do as much as I could to keep people from having kids, and then you would slowly claw. Like, I don't think they're going to let people be homeless because the AI are taking over. They're not
letting people be homeless now.
Well, for sure.
For science.
But if you're talking about people who are accountants making $100K a year,
Right.
Yeah.
and then they might be home, like, you're not going to want that level of societal unrest.
I mean, I would broadly agree.
If I was just going full Machiavelli on it and didn't want to deal with all the problems,
I get what you're
would
saying. This is the
bribe
most logical way to do it if that's what you're going to do. That makes perfect sense. The thing is I suspect the people in power don't care that much about the logic of it.
That's a very solid point. That's the only thing. Yeah, sometimes when I think these things out, like
you're thinking of what is the best way to handle it. They aren't necessarily.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna remember.
Sure,
yeah, no worries.
I like how we're just talking over like all this, like, you know, like touching character moments. We're just like, yeah, everything's fucked.
The world is fucked. It's all on fire.
He has the power to remake our world.
Yeah.
Living in a dumpster fire.
Basically,
Look at that thing.
that's the journals.
Working on the
We've seen those a lot.
I guess I forgot what they look like. What I'm waiting for is Trump having his DOI arrest Musk for espionage and seize all of his assets.
It would be kind of hilarious if he deported Elon. I mean, it would be kind of funny.
Haven't they kind of, aren't they like pretending that their little feud didn't happen now? I thought Musk deleted a bunch of his
well,
tweets.
yeah, because he bitched out
You always
and
take such copious notes.
stopped trying to argue with him.
Right.
Since
Well, I
was
think
born.
it's,
Really?
they know that it doesn't look good for either of them publicly, and all the LA stuff has kind of given them a bit of a smokescreen.
That's true.
So Musk is probably going to go around deleting all this shit. They're going to smooth everything over, you know, publicly. I don't know what's going to be going on behind the scenes. And then from there, you know, I don't
To
know.
my parents. So they started me.
I've still got some, yeah.
I got
you
one, too.
feel free to make another one if you want.
I mean, what do you think, Alex? Do you think the government's going to go after Musk anymore? I don't think so.
Probably not.
No.
They needed a research
I will
assistant
say
who went home. The obvious
that
solution?
Trump made
Burn
a
your
solid effort to be nice to Musk,
Yeah.
and Musk seemed to have fun.
Look at you.
Like, Trump didn't
I
go
need
as
to talk
hard as
about
Musk
myself.
as he went.
That's probably the most restrained I've seen Trump in this
Yeah, all I've
situation.
heard-
Yeah, usually Trump is like, "Oh, you're short and fat." Usually, what he does.
All I've heard Trump basically say
Doesn't that
is,
feel
like,
nice?
to mildly disagree with Musk, and then to be like, I hope he does well, or I wish him
So
well.
there were, of
parents were
course, the
both
threats to
artists.
take his subsidy money.
Oh,
Highly respected, very
Trump slipped in a
prominent
threat about
artists.
donating to Democrats.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, it was the usual sort of like, I'll be nice to you, but if you're not nice back, I'll cut you.
Right, but he hasn't, like, he
Like
declined,
two monkeys knife fighting.
he declined to comment on his drug use. Or,
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Whereas if like anyone else, he would have been like, "Yeah, I don't know why that drug addict is so obsessed with me."
It's
Yeah.
one reason I wouldn't be shocked if
Mine too.
this is a big
What do you
charade
play?
so that
Guitar.
Musk
You?
can make the left hate the
Mafia
West,
too. Yeah.
so he can
Oh,
sell
yeah.
some
Yeah, totally.
It's
electric vehicles.
It's a nice company you got here. It'd be a shame if anything happened to it.
Did you say a nice skibbity?
What?
I definitely heard a nice skibbity.
It's the nice company you got here. You know, Michael Bay is making a Skibbity movie.
Yes, yes.
He's making a Skibbity toilet film.
How can you make that into a series? Into a film?
Skibbity Toilet's going to be a blockbuster
How
franchise.
can it be a film? It has no plot.
I don't know,
It's a
man.
thing in the toilet that makes weird noises, and then there's like dudes with camera heads punching dudes in toilets. That's it.
My argument is just think about the other movies Michael Bay has made.
Those didn't really plot either. That's fair.
The Michael Bay films are barely more coherent than that anyway.
Yeah.
maybe we could play together sometime.
Maybe we can.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is Michael Bay makes fucking crap to begin with, so.
Mm-hmm.
And Hooflung Crew, that's also something, if you hang out here much, you'll know, is we'll switch topics on a dime, too.
Oh, yeah.
And just get distracted by whatever we were talking about.
Strange.
Hey, it's the end of the world. Also, fuck Michael Bay.
I mean, there's always room to say fuck Michael Bay.
Yeah.
You said you travelled with other expeditions.
Yeah. Some.
Did you ever travel with the 46?
No problem.
But no, I mean, I don't know, man. The world's just, it's crazy.
46.
Yep, yeah, it's getting pretty
why?
wild out there.
Oh, nothing. I just...
You have too many of the world's
I
like
don't
great hot spots on fire
Oh, is
right
it?
now. Did you guys see the new
Luna.
guy that got elected in South Korea is
My
actually
parents...
decently pro-North Korean.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Well, I can hear. I'm glad I came here.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you
I'm
coming
glad
by and
you're
hanging
here.
out.
Very good.
Yeah. Always happy to see it.
Investigation 46.
Anybody coming and hang out.
But yeah, no.
Our only rule is people in the chat can't be mean to each other.
Yeah,
we're
you
mean.
can be
We're
as
mean.
mean-
Yeah,
you
be
can
as mean to us as you want,
like.
and we're mean to each other. But
Yeah.
that's our only
I
real
didn't
rule.
travel with them.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I have
wanna
come
make some
across
allegations about Sage and a spider fucking, I mean, me and Alex will probably
Maybe
back
let's
them up.
let's lighten up on the spiders.
I mean, that's what we tell you to do, and you're like, "Fuck no."
They're like, I'm giving him the old one too.
God damn it!
Sage is all every time Sage's spider kids get home from school. Sage is like, "That's a paddling."
Don't expect too much. Yeah, come on. It's not far. Especially now that Estes can fly.
Sage looks up from his
Sage
looks up from his paycheck. He's charged like 120% of his paycheck in child support.
Well, change your mind. It's not far.
Can we go back to talking about how the world is ending?
Hey, at least there's gonna be spiders after the world ends, right?
I'll hope I'm dead.
But your progeny will live on.
I don't care. I'll be dead.
Sage will rise up out of a bog like an eldritch horror with a spider on his cock.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh god. No, but that's crazy in South Korea. How's that going?
About the mission.
Yeah, the leader of South Korea.
You have-
pro North Korea.
have-
That's insane. I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, you have a basically a Marxist president of South Korea now, who is pretty anti-U.S. and pretty pro-North Korea. So I don't know how that plays out. Like,
Well, I know that reunification has been an increasing thing in both Koreas. So, you know.
I don't know how that would work though, because North Korea has been so hard about shutting out any South Korean influence. How would reunification go? I actually feel like it'd be easier.
Tell you, North
And
Korea is
South
not going to like
Korea
the
would be
K-pop
more-
industry. I'll tell you that
South
much.
Korea would be more open to integrating North Korea than I think North Korea can consider The only way I see peaceful reunification is if they make the make Kim Jong Un and his lineage like the new royal
100
family,
years,
like
actually.
a neutered
So,
kind of
it's
royal
hard to
family
choose.
of the Korea.
Right.
Of Korea. I don't know how you sell him on giving him.
and so indecisive.
I
Right,
don't know, offer him more cheese.
Let me think.
Just give him a banquet till he drops dead from overeating.
That's
I'm going to
possible.
share something really dark with you.
Kim Jong Un has proved himself to be one of the wiliest leaders.
He's smarter than he looks. I'll give him that.
Way smarter than people give him credit.
You would think there wouldn't be a lot of brain in there with all the cheese cankle.
No.
Hey, I'm sharing a heartfelt secret here. Do you want the story or not?
Remember, he disappeared for 6 months and people genuinely thought he might have been assassinated.
Yep.
It just turned out he had cheese cankle.
My hair turned
Yeah, well, that's what people said.
completely white.
What people
There were pictures of it.
of his cankle?
Yeah. Dude, you didn't see the swollen cankle pictures?
Yeah, I did see something.
Oh, no, I mean, that was
Yeah.
true. That might not have been the only reason, but it still was a factor at the very least.
What I
Luckily,
will
the
say
digital
is
village
Kim
has a
disappeared
hairstylist
for
quite
6
skilled
months.
in color treatments.
We're talking about like 10 plus years ago,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
He disappeared for a little while.
But he's always never
And
been
people
like
started
that, though.
swirling these allegations
His
about him being
apprentice always
assassinated
mucks
or
things
not
up.
being
I'm lucky
healthy.
my hair's not purple
And then
this time.
some people started to poke their heads up,
So-
being like, I'd like to be the
That was
next
hardly dark
leader in
or
North Korea, like his
personal.
uncle.
White hair.
And then Kim Jong Un showed back up with an RPG and blew his uncle up on a fucking runway. like, I don't know that he wasn't just looking to get people to pop their heads up, so he
Right.
could just
The
cut
one with all
them
the
down.
Cut them down, yeah.
bracelets and
I mean, I do think that's part of it, but there are also pictures of his swollen cheese
I
cankles.
did see.
There's like photographic evidence.
Wasn't it Kim Jong Un who also he had some dude like obliterated with like anti-aircraft cannons,
No.
and then he ordered that like tanks should run over like the little like red
That
bits
one
to the
shocked
left
me.
of
He
him.
killed his brother in an
My
airport
youngest student
in
is
Singapore.
6.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy.
She's 12 and she herself
Yeah, didn't they like
was
trick
21.
some like
Her
some
parents did the
teenagers or
maths.
something into doing it
They'll
or
have
something like
12
that?
Yeah,
years
to
of family,
deliver
and she'll
something at the
experience
airport,
21
and
years
then it
of
was full
life.
of poison gas or something like that.
There, Trump things to blip in time.
I mean, and the long arc of human history, yeah.
These are the choices we get to make.
So it could also be.
I don't know about that.
Well, if the AI wipes us all out.
If the AI wipes us out,
Get to
I mean,
them,
the
the
unfortunate
more life
fact
they'll get to live.
is if you zoom all the way out on American history,
You're shortening your child's
like,
life.
you'd have to go back
Precisely.
to
You don't have any
probably
children,
No,
JFK
I don't, but I
or
have
the
my
president
students.
that had altered, like,
One of my
American
friends,
culture and
Sophie,
American
said it
governance
best.
and everything as much as Trump.
She said she loves her children so much. The
Like,
best
there's
thing
no
she could
there's
do
no
for them
arguing that Obama or Bush or
is not to
Clinton
have them.
or HW or probably even Reagan.
I don't know about that. I think Reagan basically created the entire like financial control of politics.
A lot of the Trump stuff is just ultimately an extension of Reagan stuff.
See? Dull
I don't think I'd agree
and
with that.
personal.
Like, Reagan was
Yeah,
not
you
a
set the bar
populist.
high.
Reagan had a lot more in common with George Jr.
Come back with a
than
better
he does
story
with
next
Trump.
time.
Well, I think that's true, but he did create the entire structure of like the PACs, like basically being in control of
Yeah.
the politicians.
I think a lot of what Trump
we'll
is doing.
see how much of Trump's goals he can accomplish.
Yeah.
If Trump kneecaps NATO, if Trump changes the global trading system, if Trump manages to turn Russia
I
against
don't
China,
usually get
Yeah.
those are bigger changes than any.
Now it's personal.
Sure. I mean, if those things happen. for
Yeah,
sure.
if those things
If those
happen,
things
for
happen.
sure. But as far as his vision for the transformation of
Here
America,
to make
he's
amends
basically
for your
going to
terrible
roll us
story.
back to like pre-world. His goal is to roll us back before
I'll
World
be
War
honest.
One.
I didn't expect
Like,
things to get
as
so
a
deep so
country.
fast.
If he accomplishes that I don't know.
I
That's
could tell.
I mean, no, the impact would certainly be
That's like
significant and severe, that's for sure.
It's
Yeah.
like an FDR level, like transformation of the country.
Oh, I
Like,
can keep up.
He's
In
got
fact, I'm here to offer a
too
story.
many
A good one this time?
Yes.
too many people
Well,
with an
You
ideology
said I'm vain.
that have constructed his
No.
whole plan for
You
government
said you're vain.
that
With a
is
vain
so
person,
radically
keep
different
this
from what the
scar. I
U.S.
could
has
heal it.
been for like almost
But
the
I
last
don't.
100 years.
Oh?
Right.
That
Why
yeah,
is
I don't know if it
that?
ever goes back to normal.
It's a
And
reminder
democracy might be.
of the price I paid to
I
stand
still
on my
don't
own
rule
2
out the
feet.
fact that we're in like a
Roman.
fall of the Roman Republic.
Yeah.
scenario.
Right.
Walking
Like
away
I'm not
from-
sure.
I feel.
that that's
I think
true.
we are in a fall of the Roman
Yeah.
Republic scenario. We're transitioning
So,
from republic
the way-
to empire,
the ways
like
that
fully and on
the way
paper.
that he's chewing away,
I
even
feel
if
like
it's
there's
like
more to
legally
this story.
possible, if
It's
he gets the
probably
courts
not a
come down on his side,
coincidence, then,
he's
that
chewing
Renoir
away
has a
at
similar
I mean, what
style.
Caesar did to
assumed-
Rome was also legally possible.
yeah, the
You
assumed
noticed that?
structure, the assumed precedence of law.
Yeah.
He's kind of pulling
Yeah.
away at those things that
We
have
disagreed
been
on pretty
like
much everything.
the kind of
Tactics,
connective
goals.
tissue of this country for a
I had
while.
to walk
Well, the
away,
big
but
problem, of course,
he
is that if you don't
was.
have an Augustus to
Right.
kind of
'Cause-
right the ship,
Yeah, the
then
only
you don't have
reason-
an empire, you just have a crumbling state.
Well, that's also true because Augustus
It
was
the
the
first
reason
time
that
one
Rome was
raised a hand
stable.
against the other.
Yeah. Well, and it's the biggest problem with the analogy to the fall of the
Everything in
Roman
Mitch
Republic.
McConnell, you'll have 2 chances. to get
I
it
think
done.
Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi are like the two. They're the true two worst people in politics.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
I
is
mean,
kind of
it's
hard to
one thing.
blame just the two of them for everything that DC
Yeah.
Not
does.
everything, but I think they represent like the core of a lot.
They're
of
the
the problems.
face of a corrupt system, but there's a lot
I
of
never
other
thought of it that
people,
way.
a lot of other
Yeah.
moving parts
But,
within that system.
Oh, for
Right.
Well,
sure.
and it's. I mean, like the
So,
biggest thing about
Dark and
Trump
personal enough for you.
is whatever
It
you
was
think about
worthy.
what he wants to do.
Worthy of the story of that
He was
scar on your
only
stomach.
possible
Well,
because of the failure
we
of the
all
old
have
political
scars that
system.
won't
Yeah.
heal.
Well, yeah, that's definitely
I
true.
have a
Trump's a symptom of the problem.
Yes.
as far as the
Indeed.
old Republican Party. I mean, like whatever Trump's doing,
That's the story for
I
Dick
have
Cheney is
a
the
hard.
Antichrist.
Dick Cheney's still the worst person
To ever
have
live.
occupied political. Even what Trump's
The
doing is
scars look good on you,
terrifying,
though.
but what
Dick Cheney is still a way worse human
what
being.
Cheney set the
Cheney
groundwork.
did
for a
to
lot
the
of it.
That's
country
the real
was
reason I keep
terrifying.
I mean, I'd put Dick Cheney on the same level as Adolf Hitler.
He's close. He's close.
I knew it.
I really would. Dick Cheney
I-
is evil.
I can't believe the Democrats let him endorse them.
Well, that's
That would
part-
have been, I've been like, no.
yeah, like
Absolutely
we do
not.
not want you on our side, Dick Cheney. Like, absolutely fucking not. Yeah, no, that's insane. That's insane. Man.
But yeah,
I still say Dick Cheney should be executed by the government, but you know,
I mean, the only reason Trump
Yeah,
exists is that everybody who wanted to change the system
that was a good person.
was a good
murdered.
person. What did not have the fortitude
Always so calm about
or
it.
Is
like
that a
the
question?
luck
An
to
observation.
not be assassinated or politically
Lune's
destroyed.
intent
Right.
Like, we've had a lot of chances to have the good version of Trump come in and like subvert
Somebody
the
that was
system.
actually a decent human being.
Somebody who wanted to overturn the whole political
Why
system.
is that?
Well, I think a lot of it is
Paul
the system.
Wellstone.
A lot of it is the system would see those people and be like, "Oh, well, we can't corrupt them, so we'll just kill them."
Right.
So when Trump comes in, he's such a
We've
kind of a
walked a long road
sleazebag
together.
that they're like, "Oh, we could totally use him," and then he comes in and he uses them instead.
Yeah,
I
they
guess that's true for me
they
too.
never
Jack
expected
is a friend.
someone
Welcome me home.
to set traps for them. The funny thing is, Trump has been
Friends
able
not
to
the
set
word I
traps
choose.
for them just based on what he learned from talking to the tabloids in New
Life
York
is
City.
easier when you think of
He is
Jack.
using the tactics he used to get famous as a real estate developer to subvert the whole like
How you view
mainstream
things
system
is
that
up
we
to
have
you.
now, which
It's an
is,
interesting philosophy.
I don't know, says something about
someone so
how
young.
intelligent those people are.
Yeah.
True. I'm not quite as old as you.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Why don't you
It's
share some of the
It's
wisdom
a
you've
very uncertain
accumulated
future,
over
that's
your
for sure.
very
Yeah.
long life?
especially because they killed Julius Caesar. You do not know how that would have
I
played.
am
There is
indeed
no
very wise.
like.
I'm
I
about
feel
3
like we're
times your
almost at
age,
the
so I'm
point
pretty
now
much
where
3
you
times
can't
as
even
wise.
draw too many analogies
Yes.
anymore because Caesar
You
would have been
must
dead
have
by
many
this point.
Right. There's
Right.
no way to know
Sadly,
what
no
would have
pearls.
happened to Rome if he had been the first.
I still really want Little Caesar's Pizza to have a commercial where the cartoon Caesar gets stabbed and then falls and dies, and then it
And
zooms
then
out and it's the top of the pizza box.
That's what I was gonna,
Two pizza.
Two pizza.
I was going to say he gets stabbed and it drips on like a pizza crust. And then
There you
he's got
go.
his tomato sauce.
Yep.
Would that technically be cannibalism?
I don't know.
I feel like you're the
inquiring
expert on
Ulysses
that.
would like to know.
Oh yeah, he's a cannibal. That's also
Yeah.
his thing. On
is,
the
is vampirism and cannibalism, is that similar?
That's a good
If
question.
they're similar. They're definitely similar.
I feel like vampires are just like people who aren't like committed enough to be cannibals,
They're
but they
people
want.
who eat people and they're not
I used to be
alive. So I feel like
fond of
Ulysses would be doubly into it.
Oh, am I now? Well, at least a lot of people are into vampires these days, so you get,
That's actually pretty common. Well, I mean, and to be also just to be fair in general, like the
Yeah, at least
inception
he-
of vampires as a concept in literature is literally about repressed sexual desire.
Yeah, that's
like
a
the
grounded
first
thing.
vampire stories ever written are about that.
yes.
So
I mean, even pre-Dracula, that was the defining aspect of vampires.
it's like the point of them as a fictional concept.
You should see how quickly I can harvest crops.
Doesn't mean it turns you on any less, but you know.
Not a fucking middle-aged housewife.
I'll bet. I used to love the Gardens of Lumia.
There's lady
These look quite different
vampires.
now.
Probably a
It's
lot
hot
more
lady
variety
vampires.
than back then.
So you're telling me
The
you're into
Outdome
it,
teams brought back loads
I
of new
mean,
plants from
and
the
you're
surrounding
talking shit.
I prefer Buffy over the vampires themselves. So that's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. You would
That's
prefer
actually
Buffy
how
if
I
she
met
had like
Pierre.
8 legs.
No,
I
no.
asked his team
No.
for honey petal samples. He brought me a bouquet
No.
of them. And
You call it
15
puppy?
boxes of
Smart man.
Guess you like
You want to
Saturn.
romance
we're
a
back to
family.
this.
Flowers.
God damn.
Say, should you sit on a tuffet?
No.
You don't talk about your husband much.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's just...
You wait for a
It still
spider to sit down
hurts that
beside
he's
you.
gone.
No, I don't.
No, you like it when they
Neither
stand
of us
up.
were perfect.
What happened to him?
Again, can we go back to the
You don't
world?
have to talk about it.
Do you
Died
sing
in an accident on one of the islands
Itsy
near
bitsy
Lumiere.
spider
No.
went up the water
No.
spout.
No.
Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
I was prepared for his homage, but not for him to die in an accident. We were supposed to have 5 more years together.
Do you make him call you Dick the water spout?
No, I don't. No, I
I've learned to
don't.
be grateful for the time we did
You
have.
wash them out of your house with a
Instead
biblical
angry
flood of
at
cum.
the time we
Oh my
lost.
god.
That's a good way to look at it.
He came for 40 days and 40 nights.
Not everyone has that.
Yeah.
We're bringing Noah's Ark into this shit.
Dude, if Sage was in charge of Noah's Ark, they'd be
There
like,
must be 2 of every spider.
Yeah, they'd be like, where are the horses?
Fucking god damn it.
Oh, at least the world would be refilled with life pretty quickly.
Now it's better.
Sage, how fast do you think you'd be able to repopulate the Earth with spiders?
Yeah, if you had as many
I'm
spiders.
going for a swim with Esky.
Like a sizable spider, like an ark's worth of a spider hair.
You watch the mainstream news or you watch the independent news on YouTube?
I think we all try and look at as
everything.
Yeah, I think we try and look at the largest variety of sources, whether we agree with them,
Everything
disagree
has
with
a
them.
bias, and really the only way you can navigate that bias is just look at everything and sort of add the common pieces together.
Yeah, because there's, like you said, there's a bias in everything. So just looking at every possible.
Everything. Don't go on like fucking Truth Social.
Well, not
Don't listen to every fucking
everything.
thing that Jake Tapper says just because he wrote a book.
No. But it is still good to check a wide variety of different sources that are going to have different opinions, and then cross-reference them with each other. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I get my news from any particular one source.
We have definitely come to an era of like news hyper polarization.
Ground news is pretty good.
Yeah, when there's when people are like,
they do a good job making sure you see all the news stories.
You can save me.
I also find it interesting to often look at like foreign news outlets, but about stuff
countries.
here.
Yeah, I like doing that too, because foreign countries are always going to have like less of a bias on,
or at least if you know what that country is kind of.
Well, I guess when I say less of a bias, I mean like an internal bias from like the perspective of people directly dealing with the situation. Like they might still have a bias, but it's going to be a very different kind of bias, and so that perspective it's just so different,
Your hypothetical
I think
situation is
for me,
specific.
I like the Japan Times.
Idea,
it is.
It's always good to get news out of China, as biased as it may be.
Oh, yeah.
So like Xinhua or the Global Times helps you get at least their perspective on things. And then Al Jazeera and France 24 are bad sources either. But you always have to think about where your information's coming from.
For the record,
and even if you feel like you trust a source, don't feel like you always just trust everything they say either.
Exactly.
Because you can feel like a source is super reliable, but that doesn't mean they're never going to bullshit you in the future.
Well, and especially when shit hits home.
I can help you with that.
It starts touching on their areas, like their sensitive spots.
I mean, we saw that big time with the Gaza stuff.
Yep.
Both sides just spiraled into insane takes very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like you could believe either side,
Avoiding just makes it
but
worse.
you just
I tied
get
myself to
total.
the
Like, I mean, like,
we spent every
you
minute
listen to Israeli news,
well, no
and
tied us
like
together.
they're taking
Now we're
the
best friends.
absolute utmost care in Gaza to make sure that
This is
no
your idea of
civilians
an
are hurt.
inspiration.
But also, if they bombed babies, it's okay because they deserve it.
Right. That's also I feel like I've heard them say that literally.
Is that
US senators have said that.
Right.
Whereas some of the initial coverage, especially when they said, what was it, like 45 babies were killed,
It's not something you forget. Come
they
on. Let me
couldn't
help.
like show you any evidence that those babies were killed. I will never defend Israel,
It's about fear.
but they didn't have any evidence.
Right.
Well, that's the other thing is Israel is talking all this evil shit, but also a lot of the alternative news sources is fucking Hamas.
Yeah,
Right.
How trustworthy is fucking Hamas? Not very.
Yeah.
skillful?
So when everybody's
I-
lying to you, you got to be real careful about what you believe.
Now is the ultimate goal of Israel to ethnically cleanse Gaza.
Just
If you ask me, I
sit
think
in
yes.
water.
That seems
from every-
self-evident.
from
I think
everything I've
that's pretty
seen.
clearly the case.
Now,
When you're
like,
comfortable,
does
go a bit
Hamas and like Gaza-friendly
bit
media
deeper still.
want to tell you that there was an intentional massacre of
Until we get
completely
to the trees
innocent
on the
people
island there.
every day?
Right.
Yes.
Of course they do. What do you think of our current press secretary?
I mean, is she a mouthpiece for the regime?
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's everybody.
Every press secretary is.
Do I
think so.
find her somewhat more reliable than Karine Jean-Pierre coming up and telling me how fine Joe Biden was doing for the last 4 years?
Also,
Maybe,
yes.
maybe a little. Like, it's hard, man.
I don't think
listen
that
to
I've
that.
ever seen a press secretary in my lifetime that has been like a genuine truth teller.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen
That's-
to anything
that's
that
never
any press
happened.
secretary for any administration has to
The
say
only-
because they're all liars.
The
All of
only
them.
reason,
Every single one of
the
them is a
only
liar.
reason to listen to a
can't believe
press
that
secretary of any
Thank you.
administration is to understand what the administration's line is.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
wife?
what's up? Ooh,
Hey.
spider. Yiffin spider. You
Oh,
yiff to your spiders,
You
dude.
doubted
You
me.
like yipping spiders, dude?
Stop with stop with the spiders.
We got a spider in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walked into a minefield there. It wasn't
He's-
your fault. It was his fault.
It's all his fault.
You're good.
It's okay to name yourself after a spider, but we're gonna have to bring up how much.
Don't tell him where you live.
I don't fuck spiders. Goddamn.
Inspirational picture.
So you admit it was inspirational?
Yeah, I would never trust a press secretary to tell you anything for any information beyond what the administration wants you to hear, which is not unimportant information because then you know where the administration's coming from. But otherwise, for like reliable information, yeah, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Now it's put.
So yeah, that's our stance on press secretaries.
How do you go from being a farmer to running a school?
Fuck them.
Well, I wouldn't believe anything any representative of an administration tells
so
you
obvious.
beyond the idea that they're
Professional's way of saying hype man.
That's
Yeah,
100%
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
definitely true.
Exactly.
That's definitely true. Also, welcome in. How are you doing today?
How to sail and survive in the wild. After his death, I was in a bad place. Being at the school, I still felt bad, but at least I could feel his presence. Hear stories about him from the kids.
This is pretty dark, actually.
Continue his work.
Their dead husband.
Well,
I understand
there's more to it.
why your mother
remember
did
she
what
had that
did.
scar on her stomach that she was like, oh, I don't want to tell that story right
She
now.
wanted to feel closer to her son. To still feel Verso's presence.
Would you have created a copy of Pierre? If you could. Knowing it wouldn't be the real thing.
Saw you were all live and wanted to swing by. Might be in and out of lurk mode because I'm still working.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Still, yeah, no worries at all.
If
We appreciate the lurk.
stopping by.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
No.
Always
I've
great to
seen
see
how
you.
this torment you. I wouldn't wish that on others.
Safe.
But if you ask me,
Shut up. I'm just being nice to the chat, okay? There's no gratification in this.
Yeah.
I would have done
Shut up.
anything to see him again. To hear his voice. To feel his arms
Just
around
because you don't want him to talk.
I'd like it. I'm
every
happy to
day.
have him talk.
I
Yeah.
just felt the lack of him. The negative space he used to inhabit. The dip in the chair where he sat. The hollow of his shoes. The
Oh, I learned another meaning for the term dead space, by the way.
inside his jacket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently it refers to
You
the...
pull out.
Shut up, motherfucker.
You want to know why I dislike water?
Yeah.
You just set yourself up for that one a little bit.
I'll give you that one. I did. But no, it refers to sort of the extra space inside of sauropod dinosaurs'
I
necks
tried to
because we don't
swim
actually know
away
how the
from
fuck that
the
works.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of debate still about like how do these things even breathe because their
Sure.
necks are so fucking long.
But
Right.
And
I woke up
so you just
the
have
next
these
day.
massive chunks of the animal that don't seem like they would have contained anything other than
Okay.
maybe just like muscle
No
moving the
idea what
neck.
happened.
Sure.
So yeah,
What I
there's
didn't know then
been some weird theories about how sauropods can breathe.
told me
Some alleging that they have like gills
Was
around
that I
like
was
their like
pregnant.
torso area,
Huh, okay.
which is probably bullshit,
That's
but
how
it's
I know.
amusing.
It's an interesting theory at the very least. So she tried to kill herself after her husband died, but
That I had
only
lost the
afterwards she found out she was pregnant after surviving it.
Damn.
That's pretty fucked up.
I desperately want Maël to bring everyone back. To bring Pierre back. But I don't know how to tell him. I lost our baby. She would have been 6.
I'm so sorry.
Dark and personal. Right?
Their baguettes on their back while they have this conversation.
I know.
I've seen this before. of drowning specifically.
I assume it's just a regular day in France, you know.
It would solve a lot
Right.
of problems. For it's a choice, like any other choice.
Hey, suicide came up in this game a lot.
Oh, there you go.
There's a creature.
We
that
love
also
talking about that.
counted into his
Hey, you're not allowed to say that.
One who always
Oh,
hopes
we've said the word suicide on our streams so many
And
times.
there was that one video that got like demonetized, delisted or something.
Yes.
It just means that on YouTube it wasn't eligible for monetization.
That's right,
but our YouTube channel isn't eligible
doesn't
for
make money.
monetization anyway. So
What are your thoughts on space travel? Is it possible to go to other planets?
I mean, I think
In the
eventually,
solar system, at least.
I think, with the solar system, I think eventually, yes, but the technology is just primitive, I think, at this point. Like,
You can't go very fast.
we're getting there, but I think it's going to take some, like, serious, to be, like, interstellar, it's going to take some serious, like, scientific.
Interstellar is crazy.
I think that's even possible. I just think it's going to take some serious, like...
The time scales we're looking at for interstellar travel are, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just going to be some really crazy scientific invention that we can't even imagine happening yet because it hasn't happened.
With Starship, I do think we'll be able...
absolutely. We don't barely know what we're doing.
I think a Mars colony is within our lifetime.
That's totally plausible.
Yeah, that's plausible. That is plausible.
I think moon colony, Mars colony, maybe even outposts around Jupiter. Those are plausible.
Yeah. Asteroid mining, that all makes...
That has to be the first thing.
That all will... I think that is all pretty likely in our lifetime. Interstellar will be...
We've unlocked every side mission.
Unless they're right about that mortality escape velocity. Where medical technology will evolve so fast that, like, we might live forever.
I'm not sure if I buy into that stuff either.
I think it's possible. I just don't think we're going to live long enough to see it happen.
I don't know if we're rich enough.
We'll be the last generation before they invent immortality.
Well,
and then everybody's junk will fall off. And
yeah, there you go.
Let's go fight this crazy boss up in the sky.
I think immortality is possible in our lifetime.
We'll just be old fucks.
Well, I wonder what who that'll be available.
The richest, and exclusively the richest.
I also have a suspicion that immortality won't come so much in a medical form as it will in artificial bodies.
I mean, that's definitely...
And then who's to say if it's really you or it's a clone of you? And then you get into that whole weird, like, is it actually you that's immortal, or is it just a copy of yourself that'll continue to exist?
Yeah, I don't know.
And you get all sorts of weird questions.
Moon is not a natural satellite? What, like, you think it's like a hologram?
Space is fiction. That was also one of the toughest post-game bosses right there.
Finally, I killed this damn snake.
What a lovely fight.
That's payback for eating me so many times.
Oh, Minoko must be sad because he couldn't chop the feet off the snake.
I just know that in mice...
Alex, how do you feel about snakes?
Do you like them more because there's no feet, or are you disappointed in them for not having
I respect them for not having feet.
Are they sexy?
Well, you're going to be disappointed in that Doom game because they put tits on a snake again.
They did. Yeah, I don't know why, but they did.
Everybody puts tits on snakes.
I don't know. It doesn't even just make sense.
Yeah, snakes don't nurse. They lay eggs.
Exactly.
Ever since XCOM, man.
Well, get tired of them, man.
Yeah.
Me and Ulysses have been complaining about snake tits for years.
I just want to see a goddamn snake with no tits.
That's all I want.
I don't know, man. It's video games. You know, you think back to, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day, they were putting tits on flowers, so...
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird. It's fuck.
I mean, you do see that in a lot of things. I mean, even like in a lot of fantasy stuff, you have, like, I don't know, like dryads or whatever that are supposed to be plant creatures, but they have tits.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Or driders, the snakes with tits. The spiders with tits.
Shut up.
Sage like.
Shut the fuck up.
The 46
Yeah, I don't know. The human, like, the mortality escape velocity stuff.
When is it not?
We are starting to figure out in mice how to reverse cellular degeneration. So
I think we can extend the age that people can live to. I just don't think we can remove old age, death.
yeah,
entirely.
I don't know, man. If you reverse cellular degeneration, that's the primary cause of aging. Is the fact that cells.
Well, but we've also kind of already, I feel like, scientifically proven that if cells that don't age are that's literally what cancer is. So cancer is
My
immortality, and you can't really survive having cancer.
Emily and
So
Crystal.
I feel like you can't survive having
They used to
immortality.
come by our house for dinner.
Yeah,
Like
but
cancer is the scientific
They were good
representation
Does
of
that mean that
immortality.
if we become
cancer-
immortal, will we be the
cancer
universe's
is-
cancer?
The journalists
Yes,
were
actually,
around.
I do think that's probably the case.
cancer is cells reproducing outside of themselves. Like one of the problems.
Well, it's I'm trying to remember what the term is, but there's a very specific term. It's like the ends of the DNA strands, and it's literally it's when they lack the degradation that's normally supposed to happen.
Yeah, but
Yeah. But when they don't lack that, when telomeres don't when they don't degrade, that's what causes cancer. That's what causes immortality in cells. Immortality is cancer,
but
they're the same concept.
They're not replacing themselves. They're endlessly reproducing.
But that's what endlessly reproducing. And scientifically, that's what it makes sense for.
But cells regenerate and replace themselves. They don't go on an endless series of reproducing themselves.
But doesn't that sound like immortality when you say it, though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same process. But when a cell regenerates, it replaces itself.
Right.
When cancer is cells reproducing themselves endless.
Right.
So, I mean, you might be right in the sense that the problem we run into now is that when you make cells immortal, they just endlessly reproduce themselves.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But the natural process in human beings is that cells just regenerate and replace them.
Right.
So whether you can get cells to endlessly regenerate without them reproducing copies of themselves that become cancerous masses, I don't know.
I think that's like us bumping up against the concept of immortality in science and finding out that it
definitely
work.
might be, but the human body naturally regenerates cells. Like cells die and then they create new ones. Cancer is cells regenerating.
No, I know. That's what. I totally get that. It's just,
I think it would be hilarious if the elites basically wipe everybody else out, and then they try to pursue immortality and just kill themselves all off.
With cancer?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
That would be cool.
That's my prediction of how that's going to end up playing out scientifically, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I could absolutely see it. But what they're trying to do is extend the natural cycle of cells.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And maybe they'll find a way to do that. Maybe they will. I don't know. It just seems to be a scientific wall that we're bumping up against with that idea.
The mouse studies are pretty promising.
Annalie. Brigitte finally succumbed to her infection. She fought off that blasted
Why is
Neville for
this
4
French
days
person
and 4
Scottish?
nights.
Well, most of them have been British, and there's even been a couple Irish ones.
Toward the end, she seemed almost peaceful.
Okay, even a French
said not to
game
worry.
gives the French characters
Dr.
British,
Leno
Scottish,
finished their
Irish
work.
accents.
That's true.
That was Luna's parents.
Interesting.
Their corpses.
You okay?
That
Let's-
finishes her side quest here.
Head back to camp.
I did all the dialogue. We unlocked all the side quests, so now we just have to do them.
Yeah.
I do also wonder, like, as far as going into space goes, it might not even be that worth it to really colonize the planets, like, in our solar system, when you could just build a space infrastructure you could live in.
It'll be interesting. They're talking about launching those private space stations in the next couple of years. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could just go full Elysium. Like,
The story
it probably...
that the UK is as French as this. No.
The thing that always made me laugh was when they did the Les Mis movie from 2012 or 2013 or so. And I swear to God, in that movie, they have like the most little Cockney kid Cockney accented kid
Yep.
sitting in the back of the car going, "Viva la France!" Just like, wow, you were as British as it gets.
You do wonder if during screen tests, American audiences are just turned off by French accents.
Well, they couldn't have even done a screen test because they cast all British actors to start with.
I guess maybe that's Hollywood, like, cast down knowledge. Like, listen, the audiences don't want to hear those French accents. It's just like How to Train Your
exactly.
It was How to Train Your Dragon. It's like, listen, they don't want to hear these goofy ass Scandinavians. Okay, like
that's true. Let's make all the Scandinavians Scottish.
You excited for the live action remake?
No.
Are they making a live action remake?
Yeah.
You really don't know about that? Oh,
Shot
dude,
remake.
How do you do? My name's Govra. No, dude, that's almost out already. There's been trailers for like a year.
I was out of the loop on that.
Yeah, DreamWorks saw how much Disney is doing successfully with their movies. And we're like, we gotta get in on it.
Successful?
Depends on the movie.
Do you like Lilo and Stitch?
Because that's made nearly $1 billion.
I know that one did pretty well.
That's made, well.
People loved it when she got sent to Child Protective Service.
They changed the ending so her sister doesn't take care of her, but they just sent her into the foster system. That's the end of the live action.
That's like the bad end of
I know.
See, it works out because she conveniently gets given to the old woman next door.
Yeah.
But as a backup.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Okay.
No, that movie almost made $1 billion, and I'll tell you, and this Afternoon Toon pointed this out to me, but what it seems to be, whether the movies are financially successful, or whether or not it's a millennial childhood movie, or it's older than that.
Yep, I have seen that.
I saw this skit in Living Color where they had cured cancer. The president injected cancer into all of his cabinet members, and they came up with a cure in like a week.
I remember that skit. Living Color was funny.
Oh, the Wayne brothers were so great.
I don't know. Maybe because I still hear their voices in my head. And running away won't silence them.
They're dead. The voices aren't theirs. They're yours. Even if they were alive, the voices in your head, the voices you listen to, have to be your own.
Lies, ghosts are real.
How it works for you?
You should always listen to the voices in your head telling you what to do.
Ghosts are real.
Fuck those dead bodies, Ulysses. You always listen to the voices in your head, right?
You shut up. I would say you listen to the voices in your head, but it's just the spiders in your ear.
No.
Did you fucking earwig?
Ooh.
No. Ew.
Just wondering.
Gross.
You like
What have you heard?
Yeah.
One more conversation with her.
So,
What are you writing this time?
7 is.
One at Nevrons.
7 is the max, yeah.
No.
No.
Keep going up.
Theories on axons then.
Well, no, it
No,
actually
at
says
7 it
max.
says.
It actually says max.
Well, I saw you interview Minoko earlier, so a treatise on gestural behavior.
Ooh, so close.
It's about me, isn't it? The strange and shattered life of Verso Descendre. Well,
I did see behind the scenes footage of the French director
I always
correcting their pronunciation of the French words over and over and over again in the recording booth.
I like how RE in French is.
must be.
The defining trait of the French language. Bleh.
You know what?
Well, that and the laugh.
Right.
Voices
Bleh.
decided to be a little selfish with my time.
I mean, we have given it laurels to the French for this game, though.
Hey,
To be fair.
it has made it a little harder
Oh, I
for me
fully
to fill.
support taking selfish break.
Oh, you do?
Don't worry, once this is over, we'll go right back.
Oh,
Maybe we should
Right.
take a
We'll
selfish
all
break.
forget about this game in a week and start mocking them again.
Sure. I'd love to help you with
Like we stopped. In the middle, like we stopped during the
I don't know. We went a little for this game.
We did call the Eiffel Tower flask.
It
Well,
was.
it's a flash at Eiffel Tower.
I don't know. We'll see if the Germans make a good game.
What's that game even gonna be about? Like hiding at the bottom of a outhouse?
Poopy or
What are some German games?
Nothing is coming to mind off the top of my
Are
head.
the Anno
at the very
games
least.
German or not? I don't remember.
They make
Maybe?
them. They make them in mines. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
Those are
Esquier.
good.
Anno games are good. I'm enjoying them.
I wonder
There's
if
the
the French
French
mock speak.
Oh, probably.
Of course they do. I mean, the
That's
entire-
why we make fun of them.
Yeah,
is
the
because
entire
they're
reason
so
we
snooty.
shit on the French because they shit on everybody else.
That's that entire Adam Hill's bit where he's making fun of French, and he's like, I wonder what it sounds like to hear an American in French. He's like, badao burger, badao fries.
Well, that is how we talk. So fair is fair.
No, yeah. The French are the snooty sons of bitches that are making fun of everybody else first, and then we're just responding to them.
The difference between us and the French is that we hear that thing, we laugh, go, yeah, it's pretty accurate. The French, they hear somebody mocking their shit, and like, the sacre bleu, our language is superior, you can't say that.
True. Look at the people in Quebec and the people in France arguing over whose version of French is pure.
Was I swimming the first time we met?
Yes, you were.
Do you remember when he called her his terrible swimmer friend when we first found him? Mm-hmm. It's because he was the one that got her out of the water when she tried to kill herself.
It was you. You saved me. Back then.
Yeah, no, I don't feel bad about making fun of the French. I really don't.
I'm open to people making fun of America as much as they want.
Yeah, make fun of America. We make fun of America constantly. Like,
yeah.
We shit
One
on
of the most easy places on earth to make fun of.
Yeah.
I heard you, so I came.
Do we take a day off of making fun of the United
Well, I
States?
was surprised people in Los Angeles had the energy to get out of
100%.
out of their rascals and
You mean out of their tent?
to riot in the first place.
My English is gooder than yours.
You sure do like to cry.
I guess I do.
Versal likes crying too.
Yes.
This is getting really emo.
You were looking for someone then.
I've become someone.
I can feel you dead. I hate them so much.
Oh, they made a comeback.
Yeah, with the Scientologist lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know about that?
What?
Linkin Park made a comeback, but the lead singer is a Scientologist, and so all... What?
Is Leah
No. Someone who's, like, currently a massive Scientologist.
Like Beck.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always a good sign.
So, yeah, everybody that was, like, into Linkin Park, like, hates them now because they have a, like, Scientologist lead
Because their
singer.
music is good.
No.
Okay. I was just
You
checking.
assume too much.
I was just checking.
Don't ever say that again.
What's next? Is Evanescence going to come back? Except their new lead vocalist is going to be like some like far like Islamist like.
You know,
Islamic
right
rock.
after we watched that episode of the rehearsal, they added Evanescence to the typical Walmart radio playlist. Which
Have they really?
Really? That seems weird to me. You know, like you think you wouldn't put that kind of crap on the radio
in your store?
Yeah.
They could have at least made it the Goofy version.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up.
Can't wake up.
For I come undone. Save me
I like that.
from this nothing I've become.
That's my favorite group.
Well, you know, when you have Evan Goofy sing Evanescence, it does make it seem not so bad.
Well, mostly because shitting all over itself.
What's that thing?
Yeah, is that an Eiffel Tower in the sea?
It is not an Eiffel Tower, but it's
no.
an optional super bus.
Oh, interesting.
And I'll probably kill it in one day.
It's the straw.
Is that the sound that your dick makes when you see a spider? Spider walk by you, so strong.
Like a comic book.
Yeah.
A little like.
My dick does not make onomatopoeias, alright?
Do you do like the old like Looney Tunes? Like they see a pretty lady walk by, but you see
You do the Daffy Duck.
Yeah, like your eyes fly out of your skull and you go, woo god, your tongue flaps back and forth.
I don't know, do you feel that way when you walk by a mortuary?
You go full Pepe Le Pew. Are the spiders scared?
I think that's definitely true.
Fuck off.
Do you ever go up to a spider and they're like, "Oh no, are you gonna squish me?" And you're like, "No, something far worse."
God damn it.
Flashing through the sky.
You sure you don't call your dick the water spout?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sure you don't call it the web shooter?
I'm really sure. I'm incredibly sure.
Whatever you say about your one.
Do you Green Goblin like at the dragon stick?
Okay, so we got one more side character quest, and then we have like 2 areas to explore after that, and then we're done.
You say that to spiders?
Shut up.
Yeah, we got 2 areas left to it.
God damn it.
Let me see your epigine.
I don't want to see any epichinos. I didn't know that word until you guys started throwing it around.
Yeah, I mean, you were crude. You're just calling it a spider pussy.
Yuck, Sage. Jeez.
Do you guys get turned on when Bugs Bunny dresses up like a spider?
Use Wayne's World reference. It's like, no. Yeah, no, me neither. I was just curious. Garth, can I be frank with you? Okay, can I still be Garth? I do enjoy those movies quite a bit.
Bugs Bunny, trans icon.
Alright. This is where...
Sage, what if you hooked up with a spider and didn't?
Ooh. Yeah, would you take that spider dick anyway?
No. No, I would not.
He's like, I'm a Spider-Man!
You wore my shirt on stream!
I'm a spider top. No, Sage?
Another axle.
Sage only fucks female spiders
How did
of
it get so
reasonable.
large?
That's been established.
Yeah. He likes the feeling of, producing a new clutch of heirs to his family spider name.
He never paints just
He likes the
everything has to
skills.
have layers and layers of meaning.
You like gilfs.
I said
We've established what gilf stands for, Alex.
I said skills.
What's the
Oh,
lesson
skills?
with this one?
No. Absolutely not.
They're like, hey there, spider, you look like you're just about to curl up and die.
God damn it.
You mind if I unhook your dialysis machine for me?
Oh, no. Well, I'm sure Ulysses is just waiting for the dialysis machine to be unhooked.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think Ulysses hangs out at the mortuary. He wants to be sure.
But I think you're actively killing these little spider ladies. Like you're just fucking them. You hear the heartbeat monitor going up, like going crazy, and then like the moment you're done, you just roll over to sleep as you hear the beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. I'm under the
that's what
impression-
gets you excited, isn't it?
Well, I'm under the impression that Ulysses is into human torture.
Yeah, I only like 2 legs.
I only like 2 legs.
2 plus another 6 legs.
Oh.
What Sage means is he likes to grip 2 legs and bend them back.
That is not what I'm talking about.
Sage, are you gonna have like an actual fight?
Probably not.
Well, we did have one earlier.
We've had some fights.
We did have one.
The last thing we're gonna do is so brutal that I couldn't even do it without overpowering my characters.
Okay.
It is full on Sekiro level difficult.
Interesting.
So we'll see what that looks like when we get to it.
I think they just casually have like a hammer and a fire.
They're like building the tower.
Like the Tower of Babel.
Get a little bit of that sort of illusion.
Total construction worker master.
Oh, what was that?
Did you hear that Austria is becoming a little more American?
Really?
Yeah, they had a school shooting.
Thought they only had school stabbing.
Oh, now they got a school shooting. Apparently, it was like 30 people shot, 10 dead.
Well, what we need to do is take all the points out of it.
Yeah, not all knives need points, man.
I think we can do one better than the British. What if we took all the points off bullets?
Are we talking about America?
Yeah.
Dude, no.
Come on, man.
That's never gonna happen.
That's part of our culture.
Well, I mean, you can still have the bullets. This won't be pointy.
Will people still die?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
But it's something we can pretend that we did that solves the problem.
Well, that's the most American.
Yeah, we do like pretending to solve problems.
Pull her back to the ground.
Is this part of the
The
parable?
most American solution is something asinine that makes no difference.
Listen, we made a change. Exactly.
What if we had a third background check? Well, the school shooters are already passing the background checks. What if we had a fourth background check?
Did we bother to think it through? No, we did not. Not the way you wanted, but yes.
I love all this stuff where, like, oh, you gotta get the real ID so nobody will think your ID is fake. And then when people get pulled over by ICE, present their real ID, the ICE would be like, it's fake, throw it on the ground.
Hey.
Maybe we should provide a fake ID.
We don't solve problems in this country. It's just,
I know that. I just think it's funny the way we don't solve problems.
True.
Next Trump will be coming after our guns.
I've heard him talk about that before. He has made comments about it.
The one thing I will say is Trump is beholden to his base. Those are
and they love guns. Those look like the things that they ride in the Dark Crystal, like almost exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I have watched Trump a few times try to say something that his base didn't like, and he pussies out pretty quick.
That's true.
Like when he started trying to talk about how great his vaccine was, and then his audience started booing. He was like, he went full on like vaccines are evil. Like
No, I wouldn't be surprised if in the future we have attempts to make it so that guns are banned for people of certain political ideologies, but not his base.
That's possible.
I mean, that's what the Nazis did. You know?
Right, some people can have guns, not everybody though.
I could see that. Guns are not getting banned. Like,
not altogether.
His base won't stand.
No, absolutely not.
And he is, as much as people are like, how can these other political figures not control Trump? And it's like, well, the only people that control Trump are his base. Like, he will do whatever makes those people clap.
Like that long shot, Alex.
Hey, at least those aren't like hairy troll feet or something.
They're lady feet.
Yeah.
You like lady feet, Alex?
Spider feet. I like my ladies to have exactly two.
We did find out that you would be okay with a woman having no feet in bed.
Yeah, if I didn't have to push her around most of the time.
Yeah, if
she's got like prosthetic feet. That
yeah, like little robot feet or something.
Yeah, like little robot feet. And then when you're in bed, she can take her feet off, and then there's no feet anywhere near you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
What if
then you fuck the nubs?
Well, what if
I do not?
What if hypothetically,
dude, you fuck nubs regularly?
I do not.
Every woman you fuck has 8 nubs.
Okay, well, Ulysses fucks a life nub. I don't know.
What the fuck does that even mean?
That doesn't even mean anything.
Yeah, come on, man. You gotta put more thought into it.
There's still deceased feet on the women.
All right, fine. He's fucking the dead feet.
Oh, okay. Prosthetic vagina.
Oh shit. Fall down.
You know, in old age, if my wife was like, I can get a prosthetic vagina, I'd be like, well, that's an idea.
Isn't that just like, the hell that?
It's one of those petanque things.
Petanque?
Petanque.
I mean, isn't that basically just like you like staple a pocket pussy to a woman?
Is that what you're looking for, Alex?
At 70, that maybe.
That's what you want to do? Man, she's got prosthetic feet and a prosthetic pocket pussy. Like, what's real on her?
No feet, no pussy. I mean, well, yeah, what is it that you're really into, though? Is it a silicone thing? Did you just like silicone better at that point? Like,
in our 70s.
Well,
I guess it can just be me. That's fine. I'll take that mantle.
The plastic pussy guy.
Over a pussy that has lived a full life. I don't know. I mean, like, we can talk about. I'm an equal opportunity person. If we sit down and have a talk and be like, listen, your dick is 70.
So you get like a fake robo dick.
Is that Mr. Peanut?
Sky would be so upset that she's missing this.
Chairman, not.
Well, Sean. And a little Mr. Peanut right there.
I am fascinated that that's what we landed on. Like, she was just kind of like, why the fuck is Mr. Peanut in this movie?
Well, she made the mistake of bringing a bag of Planters nuts to watch the movie with Mr. Peanut.
That's a good point.
And that's something only a superfan would do.
That's true. I like how, like, this is how this shit always transpires. Guys, she mentioned Mr. Peanut one time. Alex, he ranted about Gnomes one time. You know, Michael...
Okay, I will even defend myself, and I ranted about Gnomes a dozen times.
Fine.
Harry Peanut.
Yeah, I mean, Michael, he made that weird off-color comment about Tsubuma Fu. He did kind of double down.
He was going hard on Tsubuma Fu. I was shocked.
Well, he keeps saying Tsubuma Fu.
Yeah. He also does.
He can't get Tsubuma Fu's name right.
But then Sage, on the other hand, was like, yeah, I fuck spiders. Deal with it.
Yeah, you came
No, I don't. No.
I couldn't believe
you came out of the closet covered in spiders.
No, I did.
To be fair, the spiders were gone. He was just covered in cobwebs.
Papa's favorite. He's so proud of her.
I really enjoyed.
We had to bail Ulysses out of the police station because he got arrested at the morgue like 5 times.
Man, I didn't even say anything to fucking bring into that shit either. That's the thing that you guys pinned onto me out of nowhere. Because you motherfuckers sat down, what's the worst thing we can think of? And you had to land on that.
No. What happened, Ulysses,
sure it is, yeah.
is you were on a roll. You were dropping spider jokes on Sage. And then I was kind of like, well, I won't go thermonuclear. So I kind of held back. And then Sage was like, so mad at you that he like had the exact same thought that I did.
Well, you made the first comment. You just didn't think any of us would really notice or like
that's
catch
true.
on to it.
I kind of
you put it out there.
I kind of slipped it in under the radar, and I was like, I don't know if that's where the direction I want to take it. Sage was like, "Fuck you, Ulysses." It's been an hour and a half of you dropping absolute bombs on me.
Well, and to be fair, and I was yes, but also before I realized what you said, Michael was like, "Oh my god, yeah, let's run with it." And then I was like, "Yeah, okay, let's run with it."
That's true.
You realize that the spider bombing has not stopped.
Yeah, well, there's the dead
if
body.
anything, you have escalated the war. We're at like fucking like 1943, like B-17 over Berlin levels at this point.
I have to say, I am proud of a lot of the spider jokes I've made. Ulysses has dropped some absolute bangers. Monsieur Web is one of the funniest things I have ever heard.
Calling me Monster Web. Fuck you guys.
That's a nickname for life, dude.
That's never going away.
You guys play any retro games?
Sometimes we do.
I totally play them all.
We played KOTOR for like 3 months straight.
That's true. That's like more than 20 years old at this point.
We have a whole bunch of retro games still playing too.
Yeah. If you want to go check out Rated M for Immaturity on YouTube, we have a shitload of playthroughs already up there that we've played of a ton of games. Old games, new games, every different genre you can think of.
We kind of just do whatever we're interested in.
We played some retro Phantom Menace games. I wish we didn't.
And we have 8 more Phantom Menace tie-in games from PlayStation 1 for Alex.
Say, why can you not want to play those? You've come to my position that Phantom Menace is the worst of the 3 movies.
Except for her.
Yeah, but you hate those games so much that it's great that whenever we play those, it makes you so unhappy.
That's another symptom of how we just horrible views at each other.
It's like the group has come around to my view that Phantom Menace is the worst one, and you
we definitely have not played Pac-Man on the channel.
We are going to play the new Pac.
Hey, yeah, the weird new Zack Snyder's Pac-Man.
Oh, God.
Have you seen trailers for the new Pac-Man?
Yeah.
Because that shit's insane.
Have you seen those trailers? That's madness.
It's pretty fucking bizarre.
That's like if like you combined like fucking Pac-Man with that terrible Hatred game from years ago.
and like Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Because it does have the time loop thing.
Yeah.
Hot air balloon. That's another very French thing.
Is that a French thing?
They were the first ones to make it.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know that.
That was... The French made the bet on balloons when the U.S. made the bet on fixed wing. Like, the French were dominating the kind of air travel game until the U.S., like, tripled down on fixed wing aircraft.
Well, I thought it was that the French doubled down on, like, balloons and, like, especially hot air balloons, but that was around the time...
Pac-Man versus Tetris.
But that was around the time when the Germans and the British went hard on Zeppelin.
Yes.
And Zeppelins overshot the balloons by quite a bit. It was rigid frame aircraft.
Right.
A lot better.
No,
and then the U.S. is like, fuck that shit, we got something better.
That's a fair point. Yeah, the Zeppelins did kind of... But the French bet it all on hot air.
They did, yeah.
And they were the first. They were the first to make, like, viable aircraft.
We wave the white flag from a big balloon.
Yeah, because I will say, in World War II, in World War I, the French already didn't spend any money on fixed-wing aircraft.
No.
But by the time World War II rolled around, the Germans were generations ahead of them.
Oh, yeah.
Across them. But they couldn't even bombard them coming through the Ardennes. Mm-hmm. Because they knew they were in the Ardennes. Mm-hmm. They just didn't have an answer.
It was pathetic because, like, the Germans had, like, no real air defense at the time. There was a single fucking French plane that was just, like, flying around, dropping bombs over, like, major German cities, and the Germans couldn't do anything about it. It was literally just this plane would fly super low, and there was a dude, like, dropping bombs by hand out the window. and it just embarrassed the entire German Air Force.
And then when the French invaded France, they were painstakingly trailblazing their way through the Ardennes forest. Mm-hmm. The French had overflown them, knew what was happening, and disregarded it entirely until they were fucked.
Well, they went all in on that stupid Maginot Line.
Yeah, they were sure the Germans were coming through Belgium again. But they knew they were coming through the Ardennes. They knew. They saw it.
They could have moved troops to at least block them, but they didn't do a damn thing.
Nothing. They got absolutely mobbed.
And I've told you guys this story before, but the French absolutely had the opportunity to...
Sad. Probably sad. Apparently Einstein was getting laid like crazy, though. So.
Einstein says, did you know you remind me of Einstein?
Because I fuck a lot.
You're the Einstein of fucking spiders.
No,
he's the Bonnie Blue.
Oh my god. No, Michael's the Bonnie Blue of the Gorilla's avocado.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Michael's the Bonnie Blue getting fucked by gorillas. It's the Bonnie Blue getting fucked by gorillas. You're the Ben...
No.
But yeah, it was the French actually, though.
When you fuck spiders, it's like rubbing your dick between two, like, striped pads on Matchbox.
Oh, no.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Have you ever started a spider lady on fire during sex?
No. Jesus Christ.
Do you have, like, a NASCAR pit crew to lube it up when you're in front?
Did you at least put her out with your cum?
You pull out halfway through, and it's like... They're all like, everybody runs out.
You see what I'm dealing with.
Oh no, the epigium of truth.
Fuck out
Is that what you wake up to, like, in the morning? Just a giant epigium coming right for you.
Is it like an annoying cat? You like wake up in the morning and you're suffocating because it's like down on your face. Jesus Christ. Just wake up.
I don't know. World War III will be fought with, but I do know how it will be fought. Oh yeah, it was 50.
Oh yeah. That's a great answer.
It's a great quote.
Oh yeah, but what I was gonna say is the French had the opportunity to actually do a lot of damage to Germany early on when the Germans had invaded Poland, because the entire Western German countryside was basically undefended. A French strike force could have gone right for the German industry and just fucked them up.
Oh, for sure, because Germany had all of its troops in the Rhineland, right up along the border with France, and then they pulled everything out to go to the east.
The Germans were
They could have easily destroyed their industrial base by just carpet bombing the Rhine back.
And Germany wouldn't have been able to continue a war after that.
No. The ramp up of the Luftwaffe was came in line with the battle on the Western Front. Like when they invaded Poland and they did the Anschluss and all that, they were pretty weak in aircraft for sure.
Even the Germans themselves were like horribly scared that the French could catch them with their pants down.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that even during the invasion of Poland, the German military was not all that good. They got kind of lucky in that the Poles were just completely unequipped.
Well, the Poles tried to charge tanks with cavalry.
They did. But on the other hand, the Germans would sometimes send 100 tanks into a park and 3 would come back.
Right.
So the Germans, they had the superior technology, but they hadn't yet gotten the expertise to,
You wonder sometime about the invasion of Poland, whether Germany didn't make the call to let the Soviets in later to just finish the war off so they could turn to the West.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Major boss fight. There. And it's gone. And it's gone.
I feel like World War II is a big part of the reason people shit on the French.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, they had one bad moment. No one's ever let it go.
To be fair to the French, they had a very glorious military history right up until World War II.
Yeah.
And they embarrassed themselves.
Even in World War I,
the French may have been the most effective fighting force in Europe up until World War II.
Yeah, I mean, World War I kind of fucked them over. Because they actually fought quite well, but they lost a ton of their soldiers.
Totally traumatized by World War I. And they just did not want to have a rerun of it. And especially when the Germans proved that they had adapted Soviet tank tactics to the point where there was not going to be a fixed line like trench warfare. The French became totally paranoid about losing their cultural heritage. They would rather... The French weren't totally defeated militarily. They just did not want to see Paris and Lyon and Marseille in flames and to lose all their history. That's much as I like to shit on the French, preservation of their cultural heritage meant more in World War II than anything military as far as why they surrendered.
Mind you, they were absolutely getting their asses kicked.
They were definitely getting their asses kicked, but they also didn't give themselves any time to regroup after they fucked up. They basically, when we fucked up, we surrendered. They weren't going to try to regroup and mount a defense of the country at all.
To answer your question, 15 years, probably, at this point? At least 15. Hooflin asked how long we've all known each other.
Something like that, yeah.
At least
probably about 15.
About 15 years, maybe a little more, but roughly 15.
Like
it's a nice
junior
round
year
number.
of high school, the later years of junior year of high school.
Yeah, junior year of high school is when. Well, I feel like you and me kind of became friends in my freshman year. And then right at the end of freshman year is when we started kind of talking. And then sophomore year is when we really, really kind of became friends.
When they expelled all my friends from school.
Right. Right around then.
When the school got a lot whiter.
Yeah. It was not a good school.
Where'd all my black friends go?
No, that school was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a horrible school.
I remember when Andrew came back for 1 year, and he was like, "Dude, what the fuck happened at the school?" And I'm like, "Oh no!" Like,
yeah, it was a bad place. If we weren't all friends, I would have gone fucking insane going to that school.
Ulysses got out before it got real weird.
Yeah, I was out literally like the summer before it got insane.
Yeah, we still had 2 more years of that school after you left.
Yep.
And
it got
bad.
Really weird.
Felt like a psyop. But yeah, like 15 years. We've all known each other for 15 years.
High school friends.
Yep. Now we're all in our 30s and we're still doing the same shit.
What do you do, man?
That's life, man. That's good life.
Whatever. At least we have friends.
A lot.
Yeah, that's a sad thing.
I like at those Pew Research studies, and I'm like, I have like 6 people I would consider close friends, which apparently puts me in the top 10% of like people in America.
There are a lot of people who just have fucking sad lives nowadays.
It's bad, dude.
Not a good sign for where society's going.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Aren't there like a significant percentage of Americans now who have no friends?
Yeah. Oh, that's the saying. Is we're in the top 10% of like people having friends. As far as the Pew Research polls go, I mean,
and I know a lot of those people. It's not like they just have like 1 or 2 friends. They have none.
Yeah, none, like 0.
Yeah,
which is crazy to me. But we talk about people being lonely in today's day and age.
That's why.
That's a huge part of it.
It's what she wanted.
It's sort of a side effect of people using the internet for socializing instead of like actually meeting people.
That is part of it. Well, I mean, like I have friends, even like other friends in real life, who I feel like I'm the only person that they see in person. Sometimes, like they'll talk. Like there's at least a couple people I can think of that I feel like I'm the only person they like physically interact with, and I'm like, damn, man, like how do you just? I don't know.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
I don't know.
You didn't wait. You didn't give me a chance to persuade
Some people
her.
can live like that, but some cannot.
Yeah, some people can live without it.
Are any of you
She's
MAGA?
not you.
No.
You don't know that.
Do you see any red hats in the room?
I know her better than you do.
I hate the government. That's my stance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have my.
You know what it's like.
I like seeing the old system die. I really do. I hate the way the country used to operate. As far as what Trump means, I don't know. We're moving into a whole nother paradigm.
It's kind of unknown territory.
You just do what you want. You don't care how
But
it affects the rest of us.
I don't know. I wish it would have been Wellstone. I wish it would have been Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
I wish it would have been a number of people who tried
JFK Jr.
RFK. Any like?
Do you think if it had been Sanders, that weird
Dennis
song would
Kucinich
have been like the national anthem by now?
Maybe.
She's the last of my family.
But
I mean, the last president that I genuinely like was JFK.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say, and he was murdered for trying to make things better. So
I think in a lot of ways, like Nixon's legacy is like pretty unexplored. As far as like some of the shit he did was fucked up, but you also realize how much he was trying to pull the country away from the old system. Like making peace with China was such a good idea.
Yeah.
Such a good idea, and he had so much resistance to it.
Why did she do that?
Taking the U.S. off the gold standard was a terrible idea. But yeah, JFK would be the last like president I would unambiguously be like, yeah, I like that guy.
So it's been what 50, 60 years at this point.
60,
80,
yeah,
80
years since
80
there
years.
was a president that we like.
That is.
Yeah, that's how disillusioned we are with basically everything.
Although I have like a handful of presidents I think.
Well, in general, yeah, there's not that many. In the entire history of the country, there's not that many.
Political figures in general are not very liked.
Well, it's because fucking psychopaths are attracted to being political figures.
Yeah.
So most of the people who are in power ever are fucking psychos.
The people who want authority are rarely the people who should have it.
Yeah.
If you want to understand society, I think Dune is one of the best books you could possibly.
Oh yeah, dude, is yeah.
It is true. Like power attracts corruptible people, like, undoubtedly.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's an expression.
I mean, it's that, but it's not even that. It's just the fact that power, like good people won't do anything for power.
Right.
They have lines. So, like, power always attracts people with no morals.
Right.
Claire won't be happy either. They're probably driving each other crazy right now. Although, I doubt Claire's been home much. Knowing her, she's probably hunting down the writers responsible for that.
I would call all of us, like, politically homeless.
Yeah.
Sounds like Claire.
Yeah, I mean, like, in the old days, we probably would have considered, like, old school Democrats, you know.
Yeah, 20 years ago, during the George Bush administration, we definitely would have been Democrats, but
now, there's not really a political home for anyone who isn't insane, so...
the Democratic Party has basically become the George Bush administration now, so...
Well, the problem is, Trump blew up the establishment. So the establishment coalesced in the Democratic Party. I don't like that there's changes in the Democratic Party. I don't like that.
Like we said earlier,
I don't
Dick
like
Cheney back to the Democrats. I think Dick Cheney is the Antichrist.
I don't like that John Bolton is alive.
So anything you agree with that Trump is doing?
I do.
He made penicillin cheaper at one point. I liked that.
I think the focus. I think the focus on the Western Hemisphere. Is the right one. Like I have trouble hating what the Trump State Department is doing as far as refocusing on Latin America goes. Like
we shouldn't be.
I've always thought that
infrastructure in Asia. We should be building infrastructure in South America.
Or just
now we've let Asia build infrastructure in South America.
Which it might be too late to fix that.
It might be too late to fix that, but China's been all.
I mean, that's a huge problem with the way the government's been run for the last 80 years. Has been our government's obsessively been. Destabilizing every South American government and assassinating its leaders to keep them from ever challenging us. When the smart thing would have been to actually back up those countries and make them prosper and make those people live good lives.
The fact that every U.S. presidential administration doesn't have a state visit from Brazil and Mexico is
insane.
Is a crime against U.S. foreign policy.
Yeah,
I guess take
you with me, but
we've abused South America so badly for so long. Like I said, it might be too late to fix. It really might be too late to fix.
You know, that's part of the reason why we couldn't deal with the giant flesh burrowing flies.
Do you know about the flesh flies?
Yeah, the cattle.
Yeah. Well, they will eat people if they get the chance.
If they will. But we've done it terribly.
We could have wiped them out, but we couldn't organize anything with South America, so we just had to bottle them up in Canada.
We just try to keep them coming north.
They're loose now.
Yeah, the way we've treated South American countries has been fucking horrible for like a century.
Latin America is by far the most important region of the world to the U.S.
To the U.S.
And Southcom has been the most neglected area for,
I think we're well
like the Pentagon, to every branch of the U.S. military. They have not. We've been focused on adventures in the Middle East and the South Pacific, and have not paid any attention to countries that actually really matter to us.
Well, that's the problem with us obsessing over being the world police.
If you care about illegal...
Plus, we were never policing anything.
We were making shit worse pretty much entirely the entire time.
But if you care about illegal immigration, like if you're against illegal immigration, the fact that we have not tried to move supply chains to Latin America is the number one reason we have illegal immigration. The fact that we have not focused on moving industry into Latin America is the reason we have illegal immigration.
Well, that and every time a country gets stable, we drop a bomb on them in the form of some coup or, like CIA
assassination. Exactly. If we spent the last 80 years trying to make all of those South American countries prosperous and as nice as possible and foster good relationships with them, we'd live in a completely different world right now.
The big thing, the one thing for Trump and Latin America is now the inspiration for Trump. What's going on in these countries that have elected the right-wing leaders is the path.
I couldn't take any chances.
Right.
So, Whether that, I mean, that will obviously lead to closer relations with Latin America. Whether that means, like, we adopt, like, machismo, like Latin American style authoritarianism.
Right, because
I don't know, because the right wing in Latin America has always been far more authoritarian than the right wing in the U.S.
There's another way it could go, too, which is that what we'll end up doing is just create a system that's so corrupt and unstable that the cartels just move in and run everything.
Well, that's also true. That's the real power structure, right? So,
well, it depends on where Bukele is. Like, right now, like, Bukele in El Salvador is the most admired world leader in Latin America by far. Like, if you poll people in Latin America, who would they like their president to be like? It's like 50% Bukele, and nobody cracks 10% on the list underneath. That's a way harder form of authoritarianism than we have here.
Yeah.
Well, the world
that's
in
why
general,
they're running. Latin America is running way ahead of us on this kind. Like Trump basically inspired a form of governance that like Latin America has run away with. Like they're willing to go much further in their ideology than Trump is even capable of in the U.S.
Well, the world in general is leaning towards authoritarianism. That's the new trend.
Yeah, I mean, that's global. That's truly global.
You wonder if the world's going to break on an authoritarian axis between left and right-wing authoritarianism, where right-wing authoritarianism defines the West and left-wing authoritarianism defines like a kind of BRICS or whatever it ends up being coalition, with China being the major power behind it. But
it'll also depend on how much China is able to absorb from the West. Because the thing is that the U.S., for its various policies in the past 20 years, has largely just handed China the keys to the world.
Oh yeah, letting them join the WTO is the only reason they're a superpower today. But yeah, I don't know. The global system is going to change forever. Like, there's no way to go back to how it was before. Xi and Trump are just singular characters in both of their countries that have altered the landscape forever. I don't know how China goes back to, like, the Hu Jintao or, like, Deng Xiaoping years after Xi Jinping.
I have a suspicion it won't.
Yeah, I highly doubt. Like, Xi Jinping has introduced a level of nationalism into China that I don't think you can reverse. Like, even if I know there are factions in China that would like to see him gone.
She's brush, a stroke of fear. Monster she painted, it lives in my night. Jealousy twists and love blinds. Cannabis conjured a nightmare, a creature to keep me awake. You must unmake what she created. It does not belong here. Will you help me? Seek the light within the dark. Her mind is amazing, twisted paths, but her heart knows the way. We know that's Corpso right now.
Because I feel like it'll almost come down to what the Vatican did, right? Like, did they pick a pope who was less openly kind of progressive than Pope Francis? Yes. Did they end up in a situation where they basically had to pick a protege of Pope Francis? Yeah. So I don't know that China could institute a leader who isn't at least connected to the network that Xi Jinping has built over the last 15 years? How long has he been in power?
Longer than that.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
He's been around forever. The trouble, of course, is if that kind of thing just kind of leads further into, like, crazy town until you get, like, another cultural revolution.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, because Xi has wrapped himself in, like, Mao's pajamas. You know?
The emperor has no pajamas.
This is how you know that our streams can't be published in China.
This is why none of us could ever run for any sort of public office, because of the conversations we have on here.
Good thing I never wanted to.
Oh God, no! I'd never have wanted any sort of political office.
You guys believe that we have been visited by space aliens?
I don't, but I think they're out there somewhere in the universe.
Aliens existing is likely, but we don't have any evidence yet.
Yeah. I don't think that we've ever had contact, unless the contact is them coming by and rolling their windows up because they're like, we're not landing over there.
Yeah, I mean, I can hypothetically believe, I don't, but I could hypothetically, that aliens have come by, looked at us, studied us a little bit, and then went about their days. I don't think there's aliens on like, anything like that.
I think it's pretty unlikely.
You have to wonder about the UAP stuff.
Experimental aircraft governments don't want to tell the public about.
It definitely could be. I don't know, man. Some of the technology on those things seems...
That planet's really gone to shit.
That's exactly what we think.
Yeah. Earth is the bad neighborhood. Though.
Yeah, Earth is... Yeah.
Some of the supposed technology in those things is crazy. But I don't think we're in contact with them at all. No. But when they're launching in and out of the ocean...
What I'll give you is I would believe before aliens from space, I would believe that aliens from another reality would get here before aliens from space would.
Yeah, like the Combine, Half-Life 2.
Yeah, because that would be like a dimensional barrier that would be crossed. I could believe that would realistically happen before I could believe space aliens would be.
That makes sense.
And
I do.
Maybe it's the same thing. I mean, maybe they even do dimensional travel.
I never put it past the government to pull some kind of psyops or something to cover up what they're up to.
I think the government is very likely to tell us that there are aliens in an effort to cover up some other bullshit that they're trying to keep us from knowing about.
Well, we kind of know the CIA was doing that in the 50s and 60s to cover up some of their stealth aircraft stuff. We know that the CIA was telling UFO researchers that, yep, they're aliens. You're 100% right. Wow.
And there were actually saucer-shaped aircraft even that were being developed by both the U.S. and the Soviet Union during the 60s, I want to say.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the UFO stuff was definitely seized upon as it's definitely not a secret military aircraft project. It's definitely alien.
Yeah.
Because the aliens would be more convenient for them.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. The CIA lies to a whole bunch of people, so.
About everything.
And that'll eventually trickle into the mainstream, so.
The thing about aliens, too, is why would a hypothetical advanced species that can go about in space, anywhere they want to, come here? Like, what do we have to offer that the rest of the universe doesn't?
That's the whole point.
It's like, we don't go to every island of the Pacific and decide to go, fuck with some weird species of toucans just because they're there.
I don't know about that.
We might look at them from a distance, but we don't,
I feel like we fucked with every region of Earth at this point.
We have, but that's only because, we wanted the resources of the space to live in. And in space, that's not really an issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless space is, jam-packed full of aliens that are all competing with each other.
And in that case, I feel like we would know about it. Unless enough went not to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Flashing through the sky.
It's like the blood trails all over again.
It's not as bad as that.
At least you can see.
Yeah, you can see what's going on here. And the platforming might be janky, but you can see what's happening.
Yeah, we can see you failing.
I just did 2 of them perfectly.
Two failures perfectly?
Perfect failure.
Oh, shit, there you go again.
No, I just did 2 whole areas without falling once.
And now you're stuck.
Stuck.
Cold as a gun.
Blaming you guys.
Let him fail. Let him cook. Let him cook.
That's fair.
Oh, come on.
You guys jump down.
No, that's I have to fall. Well, I just blasted through 2 of these. Say anything.
We're not saying anything, just like you said.
With the darkness from the monster emerge, Gopher spite into the canvas, breathing a horror to break my nets. Being hold the power to unweave the terror she weaves. You can dissolve the nightmare. Will you help me?
A lot of these weird painted images.
Yeah.
Oh, is that little trail? Is that like the blood trail you're supposed to follow? The white thing?
Yeah, I guess that does all lead back to the same spot.
But,
It's this has been the same area, just 3 different entrances. Complete the
hey,
complete the sculpture. And then
it's nice and sunny now.
Kill this thing real quick. This is one of Clair's workshops.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it's like with a Landmaster, but it's got the masks from the other Axon creature. It's a weird combo.
There's a little dance.
Does a little dance.
Yeah, that's good.
Great question. Oh, it totally switched up, like, yeah, I had it clicked because of the last mission.
Yeah. Whatever, it was fine.
Probably. It's really like the order I have things in. Alex does need some more foot action, though. I've barely gotten any of that today.
Or your heart is excited.
Trust me, I'm good without him.
Then you have to run for it.
Yeah. That's why I was asking. Does it have 8 legs? You into that thing? That's good.
I'm into 2 legs there.
2 plus 6.
No, just 2.
2 times 2. Wait, 4.
Yeah, that's why I said some of these endgame bosses are just so high level.
Well, I think that's it a lot. Maybe you still do that. Man, it goes on forever.
He's got 2 more turns, too.
Oh, he's really fun.
Well, I just look at him at this point because I would just rather reset my characters to who I want to actually do.
Still attacking when you're dead.
Yeah.
You guys stream every Tuesday?
Typically every Tuesday, 2 p.m.
Maybe you can kill him.
Just kill me. Just hurry up. Hurry up. Yeah, no, every Tuesday. Well, hopefully we'll start getting the Saturday night ones up again, but
yeah, it's been a while since we've done those.
yeah, well, Tim took a while to fix his computer. Now he's got, but now he does have that.
That's it.
So
maybe they'll do some more of their bear down over.
Get back to it. And then every Monday night you can find me over at the Afternoon Tune channel, which I go and do. I'm a guest on each week. You guys, I'm trying to like switch up who I have equipped. We don't have any commands or anything like that, unfortunately. We're streaming purely off of like the PlayStation console. I don't have any sort of computer to program or do anything with Twitch, so until I get a new PC, it is going to be empty as far as that stuff goes.
It shows also limit on community to do something like that.
That is also part of the reason we haven't done as many retro games as we would like. Yeah. Just kinda is what it is. Someday. Eat my neighbor's son of a bitch.
It just worked. Oh, that's great.
And there we go. Fucked him up. So I have my characters arranged that way. Beast is no more, I can sleep again, dream again. The shadows fall and monsters live in Dawn's embrace the soul set free. They should never think her horrors here ever again.
Nice.
Okay, let's see here. So that.
It's a fairly sizable world now.
Yeah, no, there's actually quite a lot to this. Just trying to remember.
How much do you think they have left for today?
We're basically we just have like 2 bosses that we're gonna kill. Or one, if I can't remember where one of them is. But hopefully 2. And fly over where I think it is.
Hang on tight.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I think, is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Yeah, okay, yep, this is it. Statues of creatures fought.
Oh.
This is where she lived.
You are here. It's her home here in this canvas. We used to play here a lot with the others. Now she's the one here. She is not her. She never will be, and she knows that. What are you talking about? Everything's always about her. Painting or sculpting. It has to be perfect, but perfect I have never been. Perfect she is not, the one who is here now. Maybe it's better to forget about this. She's trapped here behind this door in her atelier, forever painting. How do we open the door behind you? Bring the color back to the paintings. She mocked Alien's creation, trapped by her own paintings. Her Neverons stole her colors. If you can find them and unpaint them, then maybe she will be set free. So this is Clair. This is where she painted all the Neverons and then dropped them into the world. So those were her creations, not the mother's.
Let's wreck this place. Oh, speaking of space stuff, Foo Flung Poo, did you know that there might be a 9th planet again?
I did hear that.
Yeah. That shit is crazy.
That is weird.
If it turns out to be true, of course.
Yeah.
We still don't know that.
I mean, they're talking about it like those old Planet X conspiracies.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of evidence indicates there is something out there. We just don't know what.
Something in the Kuiper Belt.
Yeah. Okay.
Be kind of nuts. One of those elemental fucks.
Show me what you can do.
X is in the Bible.
Is it?
I would heard that.
Oh, did I just not notice that?
Yep.
Well,
A lot of these guys seem to be blocking hand. Maybe you have to kill them in order.
I think they just are tough guys.
Take your shot.
Goddamn.
Actually, too much damage, though. They are. They are.
Nice.
Oh, that one's gone. Revive you.
I'm back.
And then... I feel like that's like that's what I'm doing. Man.
No damage.
Yeah, it's just
still has
eating it.
Did you target the red one or the blue one?
The red one.
I recommend going after the blue one first.
Good idea.
Let's start. Hurry!
There we go.
Get out of this campus.
Damn, that didn't do anything? Jesus.
I wonder what's going on with other responsibilities. Are they have to like specific types of attacks, or is it you have to?
Yeah, honestly, I don't.
Do they just have like a fixed
There you
number
go.
of counters you have to break through?
That might be what it is. I don't remember, honestly.
Eyes out, Minot. On me. Take a shot.
Foolish move.
Ready to parry.
Foolish move.
This fucker has lost down.
Let's see those.
I do like the rhythm.
Show me.
One.
The bitter dregs.
Thank you for your own stuff. Oh shit, that was good. Radiant.
Forgot how it's referred to, but it's in the front.
Huh. I mean, there have been, like, legends going back forever about, like, celestial bodies.
So people of that time definitely didn't know what planet it was.
No.
Get out of this campus.
Let's see. Let's start again. There we go.
Nice. Always found on my all though, do some shit out of it.
Fuck yeah.
One down, 3 to go.
How did you fell? They take you back to the pot place. Back here. Alright, cool.
I do know that with the zoomed location of this planet, it's estimated it would take like 30,000 years for it to rotate around the sun. and there's not really a way to know at the moment, like exactly how like the territory that would be like that.
Right.
But it's so far away. I don't know how we spot it. Weird.
Oh. Oops. Let's see. That's the big one over there. There's 4 of these things that open up that big door. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's we just did 1. This is 2.
A dark game. Yeah, that's really fun.
Oh yeah, I guess I never really explained that very much, did I? Noko's moveset also like involves this wheel, like turning to different things, which will give like him different status effects depending on what it's aligned to. Because I've had him be so powerful, it hasn't mattered that much. But and that thing just went down.
It's amazing how much parrying has become like a staple of games.
Yeah, lately I feel like they're really kind of taken over. Even the new Doom is like, got like a huge integral parry system.
I don't think you could beat the game without parrying, like, very easily. But I know that you could absolutely beat the game very easily if you did nothing but parry.
Right.
Well, that shield is the hard problem.
Okay, I don't think I've shown you guys his level 3. Radiant attack.
Oh, you just dropped like a cowbell.
Full cowbell. Falling asleep there, Alex? You falling to Michael? Oh yeah, that was the one week that you were, one of the weeks you were gone, and Michael was here. Alex was pulling a Michael.
Yeah. What Michael had said about that?
Michael was even wide awake and making fun of him.
It would have been hilarious if both Alex and Michael were falling asleep and you were the only one like playing the game.
There has been times where both you and me have both been here, and that both of them have fallen asleep. Oh, it's not just possible. It happens.
I'll have to go up for one stream and just fall asleep too. Yeah, you can see the only one.
I'm not asleep.
No, but you've got pretty close.
Michael is genuine.
I feel like I remember. The only time I really remember was I don't remember what we were watching. But I definitely
the llamas with hats.
Yep, I definitely out in them.
So that was at least late at night.
Yeah, that was super late at night. It was like midnight at least.
You usually don't get to like Michael's guy.
And your head's falling backwards.
Whereas he does that on.
That's like every day for them. See, we're talking shit about the person that's not even here.
Also true.
Talking shit is what we do.
I guess that's 3 of them. Or maybe that was just the second one.
2 down. 2 to go.
Go back. This one's... They're just going to take me up. Oh, yeah.
Such a weird fucking note. I like that they're already waiting at the top for you.
Just see how the sculptures everywhere. Literally where she made everything.
But at least none of these are like the kind of artists where they just like tape a banana to the wall. There should be an entire guild of those kind.
Yeah.
If they do a sequel. Trash art.
Trash art, there you go.
Show me what you can do. Let's spill some ink.
And there you go. Oh, that's 3. Oh, or not.
Oh, it's just random mob.
Well, go a little further in here, maybe. Which one is the right one? Back over. I just went down the wrong.
I don't remember that guy.
Nah, he's too small. Once you literally can't get more XP,
There's
I
no
feel
point
like
fighting it.
yeah, you can just kind of. I mean, outside of like just the playing the gameplay or doing the gameplay for the long bit, but
Right.
I'm also trying to make this. Maybe it's
It's more of like boss material. Even if he's sort of a dripping stalactite.
her up.
He gets fancy music though, so it's probably solution. The also surgeon.
Surgeon. It's a burgeoning surgeon. Yeah, you're just as normal concentrating sizable damage.
I see this is going to do it.
Pretty much certain. Yep. Alright, that should be the third one then. No?
The hell is Obramus?
It's French word.
Yeah.
Something French. Yeah, alright. So I guess there's only 3 of those hallways, so I guess it's the other one.
He's guarding some random thing.
I guess that's all he was doing. See, that guy looked like the least sizable thing, so I assumed it wasn't him, but I guess it must be. Oh. Guess I have to go then. Get to them. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Definitely not you. I think that's just an item.
Let's take the bridge.
I guess that must go all the way around. I was thinking it went back down to the bottom, but that's not. Oh, okay. Yep, okay.
Oh, did you guys hear that we have the first ever picture of a single ant?
You said you weren't following Michael, huh?
Huh? I said I
You had your head tilted back there, I saw you.
That is kind of crazy.
We officially know what's drawn to him this game.
No, I had not seen it.
So,
Cameras are getting
like a disco party.
Is that theme song from the underwater section early on?
And now it's over.
What's this? Alright, that was it.
That was like a giant Furby.
Oh no, Golem might make out with it.
God, that was such a weird way for a game to end.
That was one of the oddest things I've ever seen.
They should make a sequel to Golem.
Again, go back to the plaza. Yeah, sequel.
Yeah.
They were gonna do a second Lord of the Rings game just in general.
Do we know what it was going to be about?
We don't know. We have no idea. There must be something here.
I hope it's going to be about some other, like, completely pointless stuff. Entire game about, like, I don't know, compounding goals.
Oh, I see. Catch that.
Or bad and gas. Like.
Or out of gas. It's got bad gas. That would be the whole game.
Does he have bad gas, or does he have rat?
Rat, yeah. Jump on it. Jump on it. So it's down here. Is it up there?
Hey, when are you going to watch the Minecraft movie?
I am never watching the Minecraft movie.
Come on, man.
What the f... No.
It's a big movie, hit movie, dude. You gotta watch it.
Fuck you. I'm not watching that shit.
When are you going to watch Lilo and Stitch?
I'm also not watching that shit.
It's one of the other big hit movies. You gotta watch it.
No.
You just said you hate movies.
Alright. Movie, right? Shitty movies.
Yeah, can you believe this? Sage just said he doesn't watch any movies.
I didn't say that.
Well, I'm sure you watch movies with Spider.
That is not what is happening. That's right.
Well, that will help.
No, then it goes back up.
Ren and Stimpy?
It's like the cartoon. Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid, but then we found out that the dude that made it was like a hardcore pedophile, so
yeah.
I have not returned to it in my adult life. You remember when we found out about that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's always one of the unfortunate things about children's media.
Seems to be a reoccurring issue.
Yeah, it's happened with quite a few things. That must be you, Chris.
That looks boss-like.
It must be this guy.
Oh, I did not know that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not going to say that, like, if you have nostalgia for the show, there's anything wrong with going back and enjoying it, but for me, that there's some stuff in the show, or if you go back and watch it with that knowledge, it makes it comfortable. Yeah. It makes it hard to enjoy. Yeah.
Well, we haven't gotten a new crop yet. Let's see how that does.
Nah, it's not good.
Let's see.
What?
So just comically as a college.
48 million damage.
Okay, I didn't expect to do that. Jeez.
Back to Dark Souls we go.
Yeah. Go back to Dark Souls, bitch.
Well, shit, it's a giant broken pile of shit.
Indeed. Okay, that's all four.
Like somebody built a Lego house on turds.
Did it. You can go in her atelier now. She might not recognize you for her soul is long gone. Don't let her unpaint you. That's not what she would have wanted. So this is the painted version of Clair, because you notice how we've seen like the doubles for everybody else but her. This is... So the real Clair, basically... Well, the real Clair has been... is like the creator of the Navarons, but she basically erased the personality of her painted self and turned it into like a hollow husk, and then had it like basically become like a Nevron creating like soulless husk.
Okay.
So she like hated the copy of herself that the mother made, and yeah, like look at this, it's just like a sea of Nevrons everywhere.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is where all of them have actually been coming from.
Professor.
So that gives you just like some extra story thread, like here's a little bit more of how this world works, sort of a thing.
So she's like the Illuminati as well.
Clair.
The real Clair, kinda.
Oh god, she looks like a mime.
Too French.
Let the French flow through you.
You're alive.
Well, alive.
What happened to her?
Alive adjacent.
Bet Claire hated Maman's portrait of her.
Oh, I forgot they said that.
Painted over her.
Forgot they actually said it in dialogue.
And now she paints Nevrons.
Can you heal her? Can you change her back?
I can't repaint her.
Alive, such an
Claire's the
abstract
only
term.
one skilled enough to paint
Definitely,
over
especially in this
someone's
case.
Especially in Ulysses.
I mean, this is a construct. I don't know if that counts for what we're talking about here.
Maybe it's meant.
I don't think Ulysses is just a difference moving.
Well, at least that means you can't give me on the zombies thing.
Oh,
Zombies move?
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Still get you on those coffee days.
How do you feel about urns?
Birds?
This is gonna be tough.
Is that how you make your nest look? She mad?
I don't even think she can really think anymore, or at least barely.
Oh, so just kick her ass.
You alright there?
Yeah.
Just a little bit dead.
Yeah, that's how Ulysses likes it.
Just a little bit dead? Okay, you
Well,
can
you
explain
like-
what that means, Dave.
Say,
I don't know, I'm just responding to
Ulysses likes the death row.
Do I? I need some explanation. I mean, that's part of the problem with this whole thing, you know, is you make it complicated, whereas we can just be like, yeah, Sage fuck spiders. Everybody knows what that means.
Hey, you fuck dead bodies. I think everybody knows what that means.
I don't know. Everybody knows what it means when you're an eight-legged freak in the sheet.
Yeah, Ulysses might be right. That's pretty clear cut with you.
Yeah, this boss is not... Yeah, I feel like if I don't quite get her in that first turn, that might not work. I might just have to let her kill me.
Oh.
Dang.
Good God, this is like that fucking final fight with Yoke.
Yeah, she could summon basically every Nevron at once. It's just a part of a combo.
That's
Yeah, I'm just gonna let her kill me.
How many turns does she get?
A lot. I messed up one of the button presses.
A little married.
I'll just get like half of the
And a bunch of shields.
Yeah. Just kill me.
Wow.
Yeah, you can imagine how hard a time I had with that the first time when I started normal.
So you just have to Alpha Strike her down. That's like the only thing you can do.
Well, I mean, you can beat her with normal combat. You just got to be really good, and you got to really memorize her attack patterns and counter like everything. I also, the first time I fucked up button presses on Minoko's like super move.
Yeah.
Which also made a big difference there. I think I would have gotten her if I hadn't messed that up. Fury on my own. Road creation. Yeah, I missed the first button press with that, so I fucked up this whole move. It should do enough for the nuke to then take care of the rest. Yeah. There we go.
68 million.
Yeah.
How is she so strong?
She's Claire's creation.
Sound like Cleia's like the most powerful of the whole family.
Seems like it.
Wonder what a world that she paints would even look like.
Shitty.
Might be shitty. Just enough self-awareness to kill himself.
Watch Big Bang Theory.
No. We're all pretty anti-Big Bang Theory here.
So that is Sage's hypothesis on spiders.
No, it is not.
Maybe it all started with a Big Bang.
Shut up. A lot of suicide on today's stream too.
Yeah.
I feel like we were missing that for a few games.
That's true. We really should have called this channel Gnomes, Politics, and Suicide. I suspect we wouldn't get any viewers.
Probably not.
Why don't you turn into mucus?
It's fun to put your hand in.
Is she going to be reborn as like that like weird mucus mascot for those commercials?
I hope not. Those were weird commercials, man.
What are you talking about? You
The
fucked
Mucinex.
You fucked the whole Mucinex family.
What?
Oh, damn. That was savage.
They got evicted from those lungs, and you were like, welcome to my bedroom.
Yeah, how's that feel, Sage?
Yeah, I bet if I go touch your pillow, it sticks.
Yeah. Are they still trapped there to this day?
You're all disgusting.
You invite them into your room.
You're all degenerates. Degenerate.
If you listen quietly, you can hear like, "Ah, where's where we live?" And Sage is asking.
You laid her to rest. You did. I see, that's good. Sometimes being selfish is needed. I wish she would have listened to me. She wouldn't have to make this painting suffer. But to not, she had feelings in the soul. That's what I think. At least but I know she thinks differently. For me, everything in this canvas is as much alive as what's outside.
Sage, mucus or spiders?
Shut up!
What's sexier?
Neither.
Do you cover your spiders in mucus?
Oh my god.
Did you cough on your spiders before? That's your foreplay?
No. No.
That's weird, Sage. Why do you do that?
You shut the hell up.
That's super weird, Sage.
Oh, man, Michael's going to be upset when he hears about this.
I know.
I'm upset hearing about it now.
But you're the one who did it.
I didn't do shit.
You started this whole thing.
No. No.
So she just watching Mucinex commercials on repeat? Like,
No.
Does your spider lady come in with a runny nose and you're like, oh, that's fine?
No. Ew. Noses are dirtier than butts.
Take it to the sky.
You see, Hooflung Poo, you see what I'm dealing with?
Do you like a spider lady with a toucan nose?
No, what? What are you now, the island of Dr. Moreau?
Say, do you follow your nose right up the vagina?
Oh, no.
Yeah, are you like Dr. Andre No Stick?
Okay, this is now we're going into our final area.
Follow your nose!
Your nose knows the way.
We're below the monolith, where he was sealed.
Very Elden Ring looking.
Yeah,
Careful.
so every time I hear them say monologue, there's a specific thing in Warhammer that makes me think of.
Oh, yeah?
There's these giant flying, like, city things that are, like, weird, like, stone and metal with something, like, glowing through light. And there was kind of that central pillar thing that I think was the monolith earlier. And so, obviously it looks different, but every time they say, oh, the monolith, and they point to the big stone pillar floating in the sky, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's what the paintress was, like, sitting on or whatever.
Yeah.
What's up, Renoir? Lynn and I used to understand each other. Both of us lived for the process of creation more so than the product, capturing the essence of an idea, half-formed, nebulous, teetering on the edge of existence, shaping it into being. She's changed. She no longer cares for the act of painting, only what her painting can achieve. She'll drive herself mad trying to paint what is unpaintable. Painting, some might say the same of you. It is the process that moves me. Being able to shape and mold a composition helps me to understand and create order, to tame the chaos and create something unique to me. Creation requires the will to act, so every painting I make is proof that I have not surrendered to despair. Alright, we're literally going to the final boss right now. And we're done. So get this area up. Past you, motherfuckers.
Sage, would you definitively say that you are not, in fact, the Ben Shapiro of fucking noses? You like a nice wet nose?
Dude. He likes a
bro.
He likes a sloppy nose.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sage, you go for sloppy seconds on the
No! Jesus Christ, I hate you all.
This is cold.
Sage, how green do you like your mucus?
I don't like mucus. That's fucking gross.
You found it up.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it up.
You said, I wanted to have an orgy, and if you use the next commercial.
No, I didn't.
Mucinex orgy.
I didn't say anything of the kind.
Those were your exact words, Mucinex orgy.
Yeah, over spiders, you want us to make the switch?
I think he likes mucusy spiders.
I think that.
What, you guys are fucking talking
You like
about?
You like a spider with COPD? You like when the spiders sound like a Walmart greeter? What give it to me, Sage?
Sloppy seconds is better than sloppy thirds.
True. What's your opinion on that, Sage?
I don't want sloppy anything.
How many
Except sloppy noses.
How many iterations of sloppy is good enough for you?
Yeah, 8.
Sloppy ace?
Dude, no.
Oh, dude. Somebody's going up to the buffet a few times.
You guys are gross.
Spider lady's just coming in, gushing from all holes. So it's like, oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Let me pull up a chair.
You're like that nasty doctor from Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
You guys are just terrible.
Do you like
Do you bang mucus to that shitty theme song? It's like a little ship fly by.
Oh my god. You guys are the worst.
It's in a book. Take a look. My massive love. Oh, Michael's here.
Hey, good timing.
Hey, everybody still here?
Yeah. Hey, Michael.
We learned something interesting about Sage today.
You guys shut the fuck up.
Dude, he's apparently nothing turns him on more than the Mucus family from those Mucinex commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gross.
He likes fucking a spider with a horribly runny nose.
Yeah.
Ew. The fuck?
I hate you. I hate you guys.
Hey, you guys gotta do weird stuff.
He brought it up too.
He did. He was like, "Yeah, I love
you
Mucus."
bring it up, Sage?
I did not.
What were you thinking?
You're talking about how sexy the family in the Mucinex commercial was.
I absolutely was not.
What did you bring up, though?
I didn't bring it up at all.
You brought up the Mucinex family.
I said those commercials were weird.
We established that he is definitely not the Ben Shapiro fucking Mucus. Because he likes it wet and runny.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
What's the opposite of Ben Shapiro?
Wet ass pussy.
Yeah, you're the Megan Thee Stallion of fucking nostrils.
Nice.
That's
How does that feel, Sam?
Yeah.
I hate you.
Keep waiting for the song I Will Survive to break down.
Horrible, horrible, horrible nonsense.
You brought up the Mucinex family.
Yeah.
Dude, you couldn't know that wasn't going to come back against you.
Anything you say can and will be used against you.
That should be the motto of this channel. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Yeah, that should basically be what the motto of the channel is.
Those are words we live by.
God damn it.
This looks like the inside of a burned hamburger.
Looks like the kind of lung Sage loves.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, do you like it when a spider really coughs up a lung into your
No. No.
Plead the fifth.
I sense something powerful down this path.
Do you plead the fifth, Sage?
Yeah, I plead the fifth.
I knew you would.
I'm not going to dignify any of this shit.
Shit makes it look good.
Yeah, you just said that you refuse to answer on the grounds that it may incriminate you.
Fine, I answer, and the answer is no.
Too late, dude.
Perjury.
You remember all those giant swords in the ground
Yeah, those were bitchin'.
in that old Lumiere? And then there was that one Axon that was dead with a sword in the back of its head.
It looks like that weird, what's that anime called? Fate? Have you ever seen anything?
I'm not sure if I know about that.
It's like one of those, like, you have to fight a bunch of ancient warriors from the past, and like Gilgamesh has access to like the armory of history.
That sounds badass.
Yeah, it does.
It's an interesting. It's a long one. They have like 6 series of it. But
Well, yeah. I mean, that sounds cool, at least conceptually.
I wonder,
I'm worried about it a little bit just because it's an anime, and
it's not fan service.
Oh, good.
Expedition Zero.
Oh, shit. But we might have to pull up the scene where Gilgamesh used the void dimension to pull all the most powerful.
I do want to see that.
All the most powerful weapons in history from like some armory.
So this was the painted version of Clair. This was her lover. The real Clair turned him into a monster.
You know him.
He's an old friend of mine.
She hated the copy of herself, and so she took it out both on that copy and also the copy's lover. And he was also Percy's friend too, from way back when. This is the hardest boss in the game. This boss is absolutely ridiculous.
Give it 2 rounds.
I mean, if I can't just kill him in the one hit, basically.
Does he make you play Simon Says?
Simon Says what?
You don't know what Simon Says is?
No, I know what Simon Says, but I'm not sure how it's relevant to this.
His name is Simon.
Simon Says, put your balls deep. Giant piece of corn.
Sage, do you ever see some Jello on a plate and mistake it for a blob of mucus and start fucking it?
No, that's never happened. Ever. Fucking piece of shit. There we go.
That was easy.
If he has a chance to attack me, it's fucking over.
Cream-filled gelatin a la Sage?
Is that what you serve to your spider ladies for dinner?
No. Oh my god. Fucking guys.
These foes
You jelly your eels yourself.
No.
who have fought heaven and earth,
You like jellied spiders?
subdued
No.
Yes.
You jelly your own spider.
I do not jelly my own spiders. God damn it.
to the likes of them.
Ruth is Sage refuting now.
Oh,
Sage, when you throw a party, do you bring out the Jello cum shots?
No.
Okay.
we established he puts Jello on a plate and fucks it and then feeds it to spiders.
No.
And he also likes it when the spiders are covered in Jello.
Is the Jello perfect? These nuts,
Yeah. He only gets green Jello.
You know that weird, ugly green Jello with the Cheerios in it?
That's right.
Except it's at a Cheerio.
Absolute worst.
Oh, he has a dessert card.
He does. What?
No, Sage makes that himself.
See if he's down to one. Got a shit ton of health.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if 40 million is enough to do it.
You can get it for 60.
Okay. Oh.
So the thing with that is I have it set. There's one of the damage multipliers for that move is that I have it set so.
Yeah.
I don't think I even have any.
No, that's
Alright,
a
I might have.
That's a crazy ability. Oh, he got himself.
Yeah,
This is going well.
it's not going to. His second phase here is absolutely brutal. I can't even revive him because he does that. And every attack is like 2 instantaneous sword swipes.
It must be really hard to wield a sword when you've got that much hair in your face.
Yeah, so one of the damage multipliers I have on that whole on her build for the nuke is that it basically makes it so it's a chance of it only does half as much or twice as much. So there's a bit of an RNG randomizer to that nuke effect. If I get the
So you wouldn't have killed him if you did the twice.
I don't know. So it's basically whether I get that randomizer correctly or not is going to entirely depend on whether or not I can do this. I'm not even trying to.
Yeah. Time is so die.
Well, in French, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
That explains Sage's Jello too.
Shut up.
Oh shit! Is that Monsieur Webb's first name? Seaman?
Hey, did you guys?
Monsieur Seaman Webb.
Hey, girl, that's your legal name.
No! No, it isn't.
It's not a court document, dude.
It is not.
Those are forever.
Fuck you.
Oh, dude, we're gonna fill your casket with Jello. You're gonna be encased in it.
Yeah, you're Jello. We can even make like a river of Jello for you to coast down, like the pharaohs of Egypt.
I don't want that.
That'd be good. And we'll play like the audio from every Mucinex commercial.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's gonna happen.
All right, well, then
Is this a 3-round fight?
It's 2.
Oh, you
died.
played the first round. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, there's the randomizer effect is going to determine whether I beat this or not.
I think your goose might be close to. How do you beat this without having turbo nukes?
You just have to get, like, for Sekiro level good at the combat.
Yeah, I dodging attack.
Well, that was your full damage, I think. Joe's not double spawn of a bunch of women per day.
Well, yeah, you listen to my vibe.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, we might. I don't know. We might not even be able to do this. Just in general.
Why did that Jello have tuna?
Why'd that Jello have tuna? Oh, some of those 70s recipes are disgusting.
Yeah,
it does, yeah.
Is that your dream girlfriend is Jello with tuna?
Oh,
no!
That's awesome, dude. You didn't do that too with the dead thing.
It's because I have a revive thing on her, so I automatically bring her back if she dies. Yeah, I honestly, because he's tougher because of his plus, he may just honestly not be able to do this. Wait, what? Yeah. Michael's still, like, back before we even find Minoko.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, we might just have to stop here.
This looks basically impossible unless you're a master of the top. You get to bring in your other characters.
Yeah, but it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do shit. Well, we fixed him, because I didn't realize I had the bad weapon attached to him.
Well, he is still the...
In this scenario, yeah, he's not going to do anything.
I also think he's still probably the weakest of the three.
Oh, you can have him do, like, just as much as... Well, at least as much as Minoko is.
Unless you can Sekiro up. Nope.
See, like, it's like, you miss one, you're just fucking insta-dead. And then you can also reduce your health to 1 point, too, with a single attack that's undodgeable.
God, why?
Because they wanted to make the hardest possible thing in the world. For, like, the, Yeah, I think we might just have to wait on it. It's already 6.
Yeah, we've gotten pretty far. Anyway.
Cold as a gun, this.
Yeah, I think, well, yeah, at least you guys got to see what the hardest optional super boss looks like.
Yeah.
This was brutal to even finish on regular, let alone New Game Plus, where the health pools of the enemies are even bigger.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll wrap it up here for today.
Sounds good.
Let's see if there's anyone we can raid.
So he's not a main story boss?
No,
there's story attached to him, but he's in the post-game content. He is infinitely more difficult than the actual story bosses.
What time is there now? 6?
Yeah, just about 6 p.m. Yeah, I don't actually really see anybody. Oh, well, I guess we'll just wrap it up and end.
Works.
Pooh Flung Pooh, thanks for hanging out.
Hey, yeah, it was super cool to have you in the chat, man.
Yeah.
Go, keep flinging that poo.
I like that name.
Yeah.
You like that name?
Okay, why?
Well, you know who
we know why
poo.
Michael likes that name.
Who's most likely to fling poo?
Do you ever go to a zoo and just bask in the shit being thrown at you outside the monkey exhibit?
They're saying I go in there, start throwing the shit.
I think he gets.
Do you do it back to them?
Yeah, you throw it back.
Do you get on your knees and have a little poopy bukkake?
He said poopy bukkake, but bukkake is good too. I think that's the worst thing that anyone. That's the worst thing. That's worse than the corpses thing.
That's worse than your mucus thing.
Yeah, that's worse than everything.
That's fucking gross, Mike.
Bukkake, man? Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I'll only allow it because I like the word for it.
He'll take a
What if you got a bukkake from Nancy Reagan?
No,
like a bukkake.
that I won't allow.
Oh, dude,
bukkake on the
Nancy
tongue.
Reagan just shits on your chest.
Yep.
Later.
As this descends into chaos.
Yeah, Nancy Reagan Cleveland Steamer is about the most degenerate I think we've ever gotten.
It's gross, Michael.